we're live. Welcome, fellow miscreants, to our somewhat overly bright Twitch channel. And now you're here with your feet in our somewhat tepid waters. I guess we better introduce ourselves. We're the bloodthirsty puppets. Woo! I'm Blood, and I will most likely kill you where you stand.
And I'm Thirsty, and I will just generally hide and run away. Make sure that you're in the way. And tonight I shall be playing the ever lovely Mac.
I am Tech Puppet, and tonight I will be playing Omelette,
Who is...
a Kendall, which will be very exciting. Lots of squiddy tendencies going on tonight.
Oh no, I forgot how bad this was.
Yes. You weren't running it last time.
Yes. I'm Stormy, and tonight I'm playing Kara,
Who is...
who is the captain of the Flying Pig.
And she is a...
She is so many things that's very difficult for you to
She's
pick up
human.
on things.
She's a
She is human. Yes, thank you. Now I remember where I'm going
I
with
thought we were
that.
going to go down the list like she's female, yeah, good, she's a captain, yeah, she's a pilot. Okay, right, let's go back. What else is she? She's a Molly Roth. I don't know.
She's totally bent.
Hiya, boyo.
Oh no.
God.
I'm Corone, and I'm going to be playing Kerno tonight, who is a Nitu.
Oh my gosh. Today we are playing, because it's Friday Night Spiced. Woo! We are playing Bringing Home the Bacon in the Spice system. We're having a slight detour from the normal because we are doing technically a two-shot, which is in canon and parallel to what is going on with the other group. Unfortunately, our Dev Puppet and Killer Kitten are currently moving house, so they're not here. And they're not here next week because they're going to go see an art show. The bastards. Which is why we have a wonderful guest in the form of Stormy over in the corner there. So great. So yeah, this is slightly parallel to the rest of the story. We'll see how it fits in. Other than that, a couple of rules for chat. Don't be at all about someone's race. Don't be at all about someone's gender. Please don't be at all about politics right now because I can't be arsed. And generally, and don't be at all.
Or Screwdriver.
Or a screwdriver, thank
But
you.
we have to discuss the Nitu Imperium.
Okay, in-game politics, I would do till the cows come home. However, I don't think there's anything else I need to really say or remind anyone of. I can't really remember. No, good, right, excellent. Okay, let's start. So we will switch back in time a little bit from the other session, and I will tell you about our wonderful crew here. On another ship, there is a ship called the Flying Pig, which is crewed by the captain, Kara Smoky Bacon. It also includes a Gendar named Omelette, who is in charge of... What did you do on the ship?
Everything.
He is a disciple of an Anek called Karjiz. Basically, he worships chaos,
And Kerno.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sat about a bit.
Kano was basically in charge of most of the ship operations itself. There is two other people who come on and off the ship at relevant times. One is an engineer named Belch, who is a Rutai, who is not currently here, and there is a human named Jeb, who is a bit of a brawler, bit of a ponce. Unfortunately, he would have been played by Dev Puppet, but he fucked off and isn't here, so he's no longer here either. A usual addition to your crew changes from where you previously were is that Kara's husband, Keith, has in fact been rescued when she found out where his location was, in which Helena helped to slightly, let's say, modify the ship in some illegal manner. and Keith was then aboard the ship for many, many years. Keith has switched place with Mac, including all their outfits, but Mac did get to keep his gun named Dorothy. So currently, you look like Keith. You're top to bottom in essentially cargo and a leather duster jacket and leather boots, because I thought it was funny to make a video. You do that. It was great. As far as the world is concerned, Mac is Keith for the time being. They look fairly similar. Keith is a little bit taller, and Keith even grew the stupid, like, yuppie hair.
The real question is Keith ginger?
I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm gonna make him look almost identical to you, except he actually looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And normally doesn't have that yuppie hair pony thing.
Yeah. He's exactly like me, but attractive.
Yeah, essentially. And more importantly, not gay. So
You never know.
you never know, but he isn't. He's dedicated to the one woman in his life. Okay.
And many men.
And no men.
That may change.
You had met Keith for all of about 10 minutes before. Oh, it's because you went in. So previously on the other ship, Kara and Helena boarded the Danny Boy, and they came on under the guise of, you need to keep everything top secret as far as you're concerned. Keith, it's Mac. Mac, you need to come with Helena because Helena has a mission which she only trusts you to come do with her. So under top secrecy, the other group are unaware of the fact that the Keith cannot be revealed as Keith, and Mac for the time being will have to pretend to be Keith. Helena hasn't really explained any more about the mission to either yourself or the rest of the group. Kara does actually know a few more things than the rest of you, and that's fairly obvious. She is the captain. She's going to know a bit more than the rest of you.
Things? What things?
Things? What things? Totally innocent. Don't know anything.
Bye, Mac.
So we will actually pick up from the moment you guys leave the other ship. So far as the two of you are concerned, a guy who looks like the rough version of Keith has walked on, wearing Keith's clothes but carrying a really big sniper rifle, and Helena seems to be happily chatting away to him. And this is where we currently are.
This is all very confusing to me.
Naturally.
Did Keith sell his soul for a better sniper rifle?
And better looks.
Okay. You guys would know Keith well enough to know this isn't Keith.
Yeah, I know.
And Mac, you do actually know Kara, but you probably don't know these two very well. You may know them in passing, but you don't really know them.
I just ignore this. Walk straight to Kara and just Smokey!
How you doing, Mac?
Well enough. You got any idea what's going on?
Not really. I know Helena's definitely up to something, though.
Isn't she always,
Are you two talking about me? Because I feel it is it doing
Yes.
about what? Oh, we better get you. I better give you a location. We need to get to the rail system, and bit lickety spit.
Right. Okay. You know the drill, then, boys. Let's get moving.
I go and find somewhere comfortable to sit. I do not know the drill.
The flying pig. I've got the Danny Boy written in front of me, so I'm going to get confused. I'm really sorry. The flying pig is actually quite nice. It's quite nicely decked out. There are comfortable chairs for you to strap yourself into. The cockpit itself has one of those chairs you can drop the back down, sit Chav style to fly, and that is your preferred method. Okay, so are you guys going straight to Jubei? Are you trying to muck around with the thing, or are you just gonna?
I'm going to go and suspend myself in my hammock at communications.
Okay, we got some communications.
And tune in to DJ Moon.
Oh my god. I will deal with DJ Moon in a moment. I need to build up for DJ Moon.
I best go sit on the comms then.
Okay, I thought you were at comms.
I am on comms.
I'll best go sit on the navigation then.
Navigation in this ship is unique, being that Kano is probably the only one who could probably operate navigations here, because you've got them under a series of subfolders, and his brain's the only one that managed to work out how this fits in. But yes, you're now at navigation. Are you going to pilot your ship?
Yep, I'm going to take the helm and start considering which of my classic mullet rock songs we're going to need to get this journey underway.
You have a dial on there which overrides anyone else's choice of music, so you completely override DJ Moon.
No!
Yes!
Thank God for that.
Yes!
The dubstep slowly fades away.
So thankfully you don't have to remember what it was.
Yeah, I do remember. It just takes a lot of energy to be DJ Moon. Okay, in that case, you know that the quickest way to get to Jubei under slightly suspicious means is that you will need to take yourself through the Mez ring anyway, and you have some fake passes which you think you could work. So you could switch your like changing the license plate on your thing. You switch from one black box to another. Highly illegal. Probably shouldn't be doing it, but it's up to you. Is this what you wish to do?
It's going to be the quickest way, and Helena's requested speed, so any objections?
Not from me.
No, we can always rely on our fantastic space lasers to save the day for us.
Wow.
That's alright then, because it wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference.
I don't know if we have space lasers.
No, I know we don't.
I don't know what you have.
That was my sarcastic comment of the hour.
Okay, excellent. Okay, in that case, I'm going to need a navigation check. I'm going to need a communication check when you get to the ring. You're not there yet, and I'm going to need a piloting check now.
Okay.
Uno.
I assume unlacing my leather boots and sitting back with my feet up, it doesn't require any kinds of check.
No, but it will affect how people see you.
I'm just sitting in the back. I'm going to sit down and go to sleep.
Alright, so what do we get ship ops for you?
1.
You can't have a 1.
Oh, that's very
Remember,
true.
you have
isn't it?
modifiers.
Oh, that's.
It's been
quite
about
good.
a week since we played last year, and I'm pretty sure you died.
I'm pretty sure we had this
I'm
conversation last week
concentrating
as
so
well.
much on my accent.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so
Mhm.
for ship operations in total, it's a 6.
It's a totally a 6. For navigation,
Yeah.
you don't find the most effective route there, and you are pretty sure that you're going to bump into a few asteroids. But you know, Kara's good, and you hope nobody will notice your mistake.
This might get a bit bumpy, guys.
Okay, Kara.
Piloting, we have a 6.
Okay, so
That's plus the mod.
that's plus the ship mod of
Yep.
engines and agility, and plus your piloting skill.
I just have the dice roll plus the piloting skill.
So what's your piloting
Oh, so I have to
skill?
add both.
Yeah, so if you pass your sheet over here for a moment. Great, everyone gets to see my boobs for a moment, that's wonderful. Okay, so 3, 4, 7 or 8. You add either 7 or 8. So
Right,
one in
okay.
the very far corner. This is the old style sheet, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine.
So it depends, are you using agility to like scoot your way around, or are you just going full ham and revving the engine like a 17-year-old Trav?
I'm gonna go ahead and rev the crap out of the engine. Which
My kind of girl.
so in which case that's a 9.
Is it you rolled a 1 as well?
No, 2.
Oh, okay. Right. It does indeed.
Can I attempt to communicate with the asteroid heading towards the high speed?
Actually, yes, you can. What are you going to say to it?
I'm going to attempt to get out of the way in my most authoritative voice.
Go on then, give me most authoritative omelette voice of get out of the way.
I'm going to
To the
be
asteroid.
going on to the asteroid. I go, with the obstruction at our 12 o'clock, please move pronto. Repeats, object to our 12 o'clock, get the hell out of our way.
What did you roll?
That was ship operations, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Or would it be a charisma?
It's ship
Can
operations.
I attempt to charisma this asteroid out of our way?
No, the ship operations is +2 for this particular ship.
Okay. Shoddy shit. In that case, I got 11.
The asteroid seems to give you a stony silence.
Give yourself a legendary point.
Someone put a legendary point on Helena's sheet for me, please.
Who's got Helena's?
You do, I think.
Somebody should have Helena's
No,
sheet.
I
I
haven't.
left it in the pile over
Oh, it's here.
that.
You have it, you lemon.
I put it there.
Ah, okay. Stealthy.
Stealthy.
The musical
Stealth
sheets.
+1. Sorry for that, that was so bad.
Stony silence. Very good.
Alright, oh yeah, the asteroid does not indeed move. Kara, you just bump, you just graze it. I mean, piloting is your bread and butter, and you just, you know, you're probably distracted because Keith isn't here, and you have a fake Keith sitting in the back. I mean, we'll go with that. You do take a bit of a knock, and it's a pretty loud like, goomph, and everyone like gets that kind of awful shaking moment.
Didn't happen.
Where did my boots go?
Didn't see a thing.
It's the bass on the music.
Your boots has you gave your boots to
I
Keith.
just hit something. They're going, whoa! Oh shit! Where'd they go?
I look up and see these boots with laces tied, like swinging from the ceiling after.
Oh, like when kids throw them over
Yeah.
like power lines. Yeah. No, your boots just skidded across the floor. It's definitely been some sort of impacts, and you at navigations definitely your screens flicker for a moment. Your spleen may do too, but I don't really know.
Your spleen
Your
flickers.
spleen flickers.
A
The
bit
screen
funny,
flickers a
yeah.
bit, and it's a bit. You're pretty sure there has been some damage, but until you stop, you're not really sure right now. All right, you make your way to the Mesring out of the. What system are you in? Jubei. You're out of the Jubei system.
Mm-hmm.
You come up to the Mesring, and this little ship, the traditional little like pay your toll ship, comes up and it docks with you. And this Me2 woman is sitting behind the desk, and who's speaking to her?
Me.
You. All right. So you squid your way down to the air booth.
Okay. Like, roll my forward.
Have you prepaid?
Yes, we have. You'll find our entry under the.
So what registration is it?
It would be FL
FL.
YN
Mhm.
GP
Mhm.
RG.
Mhm. Right, out of note, is this actually the registration for your ship, or are you using the backup, will you need to get up here quick, registration for your ship?
We're not following. We're being the different ship at the moment, aren't we?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
You never made that
Well,
short
we
decision.
already said earlier that we were going to be using our backup plates together.
Yeah, that's fine. She looks through and she nods like, this is your last trip through all of the Mesrings. This is your prepay out. So, excellent. Okay, we shall see them. Would you like to, for an upgraded fee of 5 Calbrick, you can perhaps purchase priority? Do you wish to do that?
I think yes, but I believe the fee is 3 Calbrick.
I think you'll find it is 5. 5 is what I have that is standard licensing. $12 to convince her this otherwise. You can pay cash, it could be 3.
Yeah, okay. And the 3 cover.
She puts it in, she scoots off, and communications receive a message that you have priority boarding. Yes, go straight through. We should be approximately 2 minutes. And from where you are, you know that 2 minutes is actually hammering it. You will need to hammer it like a boss to hit in this 2 minute window. So I need you to make a piloting check.
Okay. This time I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful because I'm not sure I can get away with finding an excuse for the second bump, which is 13.
13 you sail through. You're like, well, screw this. You go in like almost vertically, completely flat, horizontally flat. You're like, I've got this. Hand on the throne, and you basically pack it through. You guys are travelling in the Mesring for the moment. Probably got about 3-4 hours, you reckon, before you get through. So, what do you guys wish to do?
I'm going to go and find my boots. Because I don't want to lose Keith's boots.
Yep.
It seems like a bad start.
You find one boot really easily, and the other one takes you a good 20 minutes to find, and you find it's actually just slid under another chair. You just hadn't looked properly the first time. Everyone searched for this boot, and eventually you're just like, yeah, I found it was under my chair. Didn't tell anyone about it.
I did a man look.
Yeah, you did man look, and then realised it was under your chair. You didn't have gone that far.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I grudgingly put these flesh boots on. Filthy flesh boots. Filthy flesh boots.
I'm going to see if I can tune DJ Moon.
Kara, do you allow him to tune DJ Moon? You have the override on your little dash. Technically, you don't need to pilot right now. But do you want DJ Moon? That's the question.
I'll allow it for now, on the grounds that I may shortly wander off to find something else to do.
Oh man. Okay. I have DJ Moon,
but it's
radio
somewhere.
We're hoping for unofficial news, uncensored news.
Uncensored news. Okay. Can you pass me the big pile of paper in that corner, in that little wallet? Because I actually have DJ Moon stuff written down. It's just in my other set of notes.
Oh, this big one.
Yep, that's the big one.
Big one of notes.
Thank you very much.
CRDM does prepare.
I am very, very prepared. I know where everything is. I just don't remember exactly what I've written down for him. I can't remember if I've already told you it. Either way, you're going to get the same report again, so shut your faces.
DJ Moon stuck in a time log.
DJ Moon put himself on repeat. What? He's on repeat? I love my notes for DJ Moon. DJ Moon, you with thesaurus. Okay. At the moment, it's just playing dubstep, but I will bring DJ Moon stuff into it in a minute. Okay. Right, so DJ Moon is currently dubstepping his way through a song.
I'm going to walk over to Mac.
Okay.
So, Mac, what's your story?
Forget what's your story? I've never met a Welsh Nitu before.
What's this Welsh you're talking about?
Oh.
Is that some human thing?
Do you have a place on your planet where it rains constantly and it's populated largely by small fluffy animals?
Hills?
Yes,
Ring
that's
bells.
my home.
There we go. Well, on
There's one in
Earth
every
we'd call
world.
that Wales.
Ah,
Yes. Named after one of the glorious beasts of the sea, strong and powerful.
And spelt completely differently.
Oh yes, oh yes.
That's good.
Tell him. Right. Oh well. I've just been called in. Old friend of Helena's, old friend of Kara's. You know. I don't know what we're doing.
Ah, no, you're Keith. See,
That makes sense.
I tricked you.
I didn't tell you my name beforehand, but yeah. That does make sense.
I like the way you're really dedicated to this charade. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm?
Yeah.
You've trained your crew pretty well, Cara.
Well, it's been a long and uphill struggle, but some of it stuck eventually.
That's right, boyo.
Besides, it'll be good practice for Mac to keep in character.
Yeah.
But
about
you're not
that,
Mac, you're Keith!
Yeah. About that, what's Keith like? I only met the guy for like a few minutes.
Oh.
Let's face it, you're going to be hopelessly biased.
That is true.
You!
Maybe my
You've
shipmates can
actually
give you a
met Keith,
better...
so you know, in character, in a different character, you've met Keith. You know Keith, and so do you.
So a couple of eyes going to wander over at you like, what?
What's Keith like?
He's...
I had to be him for a while. I've barely met the guy.
It's difficult to say. He only has 2 legs. You have to bear that in mind at all times. He has these solid, inflexible things at the end of his hands that are quite strong. Try to go with that.
Human, check. Right.
So far,
Yeah, it's a bit
thinking
like
of
that.
Yeah, I've been doing that one a while.
My goodness for that.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go to the sword. What is Keith? Please.
How's your scientific knowledge?
Fine. Perfect. Excellent. In fact, probably better than his.
So, if someone were to come up to you and ask you some random high-end physics questions, you'd be good with that? Or do you think maybe we should come up with a way to keep that quite vague?
I've got it. No one ask him any high-tech physics questions.
I didn't mean one of the crew.
On it, right?
Yes.
I like you. You're a character.
Oh, it looks very, very... He goes into deep contemplation on that statement and possibly changes colour a few times. I think he's doing mostly a kind of yellowish colour at the moment.
Okay.
It's funny.
Let's go with the idea that I know a lot about science, but
Okay.
you wouldn't understand.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Keith is probably the most chilled, laid-back person you have ever met in your life. And he's pretty handy with a sniper rifle. Just not as good as Mac.
Okay.
And that's not to inflate Mac's ego, he really is, but...
Well, I think for the purposes of reality, we'll just, if anyone asks, we'll just say Keith's had a bit more sniper rifle training. Rather than, having to miss any shots just for the sake of appearances.
You wouldn't want everyone else getting jealous, would you? I suppose. I mean, I would, but no, Keith. Me, Keith. No.
Can you do laid back and relaxed?
I thought I was.
No. No. You're an arrogant prick. You are not laid back and relaxed, my friend.
Yes, I am. See, I didn't shoot you or anything.
I really like the way that you're getting into this, like keeping up the charade, Mac. I'm quite proud of you.
Mac?
There we go. Baby
Good job.
steps.
Good job, I like it. So I kind of guess I better tell you guys what's going on, huh?
That would help.
It wouldn't be the worst start in the world, Helena.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait! I'm going to rearrange my sling so I'm facing the correct direction to look at that. Okay, continue.
Are we currently like in like the kind of downstairs, like not cargo bay area with all the little pods
No,
and
I want to
everything?
be in the thing because I'm in my sling still. I just want to adjust my sling so it's now facing
So we're
everyone
on the
else.
top level. Alright, so on the top level, yeah, you have a bunch of slings all over the place. Nobody quite sure where you made these slings from or how they're here, but they are indeed here.
And no one wants to ask what they're made from either.
No, but one sees a very suspicious looking like black and white like strung thing up there at some point. Not entirely sure what it is. No one wants to ask, but it is made of a very weird material.
Weird material with black and white bits. Well, I'm
the biggest of all throwbacks.
Just so long as it's not Kerno's missing French maid's outfit, I'm sure everything will be fine.
See someone who watches
forgot
the
about
show.
that.
Someone who watched the show. Okay, I better make sure I read my notes for sure. So I need you here because you're the only sniper I trust. In fact, you're one of the very few people I trust, other than, well, Kara I trust a bit. To be fair.
I can live with that.
Yeah, so I need to find out some information. There's some odd things happening back on Earth. I know it doesn't affect you two, but sorry, back on Britannia. The political situation isn't what it should be, and there are a lot of things that I can't connect properly. You're probably not aware of this, but I actually work for Gertrude's Guns. I'm Mac's handler.
Back with the old team.
Sort of, just bereft of hands, so I can't actually go on that many missions myself. Thanks to probably the only time I've ever seen Mac miss.
And yet you use the word handler, that's quite ironic.
Yes.
The handler's handler.
Yeah.
He may need handling more closely.
She kind of like twitches her mechanical hand a bit, like really uncomfortably. Like, thanks for reminding me of dicks. And she says, so we are going to... I found a name, someone I need to follow. And the only name I have for them is Robin Red. That's all I have. I know that the last place they were seen, for sure, it's more of a rumour rather than surety, but I trust the source, is that they were with the Blue Ridge traders. Not the Blue Ridge traders on Fass or on Sally or any of that crap, but on Bow. The thing is, if we get caught, I get found out, or Mac, hopefully you continue to hide as Keith, won't be so bad, but I could be in a bit of a precarious situation with Gertie. Not really supposed to do these Black Op missions without a green light, and she doesn't know this is happening.
Dear.
Why doesn't she know it's happening? I mean, if you're working for her...
There's a chance that people within Gertrude's Guns might be involved. Not our crew. Check them out already. Our crew are fine. Even James is fine.
Wouldn't have put it past him.
I know, I did initially check, because I don't want that bastard. I don't want any excuse for that bastard in my house. But he's clean. I've got nothing on him. Well, no, it's not quite sure. I have something on him, but there's something going on with Gertrude's Guns. Orders aren't being relayed properly. Things and missions seem to be going awry. I'm connecting lots of dots, and I'm not sure if they're there. But a name I've gotten recently is Robin Red, and I know that they're working with the Bluewood traders now. I'm pretty sure they're not working out of Fast, and I'm pretty sure they're not working out of Sally. So that leaves us trying to find them on Bow.
And what do you want from them?
Well, I think it would be best if we watch them for a while. Try and work out who they are, where the contacts are. There may be a chance that I'll be able to continue following the leads on my own, but actually finding Bow is beyond me. Finding the Bluewood on Bow is beyond my skills, and frankly put, I'm not the youngest and fittest woman in the world.
Well, they're traders, are they not?
Yes.
So, if we go to buy or sell, we should be able to find them fairly easily.
You would all know that the Bluewood traders have a legit side and a smuggling side. And the smuggling side is rumoured to be on Bow.
I assume as I have like a barter skill of 9, I'd know a lot about it.
Take a barter check for me.
Yes, 15.
Yes, you are. The rumours are that they're on Bow. You know specifically they are on the southern continent. And you know that a lot of their kind of like their face is in a city, in an Irilisk city. The Irilisk city is called Tukilk.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to write this down.
Yep.
Because screw trying to keep pronouncing that without thinking about it. You are fairly certain that you could spot the people who are in the Bluewood traders and you could probably spot who the slightly dodgier ones are, who are acting as the face for the actual illicit part of the branch.
Do we know anything more about this Robin Red character?
I can't. I'm pretty sure it's human, but I can't say whether it's male, female, old, young, whether they're a recent revival or born here in Keys. I know nothing.
Do you know what he's involved with? Is it information or goods?
Information. I'm pretty sure the information getting back to Gertie and how some of the more Black Ops missions are being run. I'm sure they're not kind of being given to her in the correct manner. There's information that's going awry from sellers to her that's not right.
So if we had information to sell about Gertie's guns, would this man be interested?
I couldn't say. I think he's feeding Gertie information, so he must be an informant, or she must be an informant, whoever they are. I know nothing more that is there's a key point in the network of information that's going to and from Gertie, and it's the only one that I can even begin to follow.
Is it possible that she's not involved at all?
Gertie?
What do you think?
I couldn't say. I've got my own hunches, but I can't say whether Gertie's involved or not. I don't know how far up it goes. You are, apart from our crew, which has to complete the mission so Gertie doesn't get suspicious, you're the only people in the world who, in the galaxies and all of Serrano, that I can trust to share this with. I would take our crew, but that would be too obvious.
Yeah, a little too lethal if we fuck up.
Yeah. Yes, I know some of your group's proclivities for, well, that's the reason you're good at your job, let's be honest. And I wish I could have brought them, but time is of the essence. I know that they were there fairly recently. I know that this Robin Red attempted to purchase something, and the purchase got denied. They refused to do it.
Interesting.
Do you know what it was he was trying to buy?
No idea. I know it happened a couple of weeks before, well, one of your recent missions.
Perhaps we could draw them out if we had something a little bit less, shall we say, common to trade.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to sort of give the other two a sideways glance.
Well, information on Gertrude's guns would be good bait.
I was actually thinking of that mysterious box with the triple X's on it in the hold, that it possibly wouldn't hurt to offload for a very good price if we're looking to draw some smugglers out.
Though there are a lot of smugglers. We need to draw the right kind out.
Yes,
Box?
but
The hold? Triple X?
Mince?
What have you dropped us into?
I don't know.
we have, shall we say, acquired some very illegal and very explicit Jendal materials that would certainly be available to purchase for someone with the right amount of money.
I can't remember doing that. I must have been asleep.
Oh my god, it's porn! We have a big whacking crate full of Jendal porn in the hold, and we might as well get rid of it at the same time.
Oh.
I'm
You're
sure
getting rid of it?
selling it.
I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
It's not yours. Can it be mine?
Well, if that's what floats
For the
your
right
boat.
price.
But it's hard to get hold of, and it.
Don't I just know?
Helena just looks horrified. What the fuck?
Do you have any idea what you could sell that for on Sally with who?
No, I don't want to know. That definitely, I don't have much of a boat to float, and that definitely isn't it.
Prudism aside,
Oh gosh.
we would need someone who could come up with the right kind of cash for something like that. That's not just the kind of thing that we can sell to any old smuggling ring for peanuts. And that is going to attract some people with big money to spend. Now, if this Robin Red guy is as big a deal as you think he is, Helena, I'm guessing if he doesn't have that kind of money, he's working for the kind of people who are in possession of that kind of money and who reckon they could make a much bigger profit on it than us.
I'm pretty sure that whoever this is probably has a lot of backing, probably from pretty high up in Britannia. But I just don't know.
What a hefty old cucumber.
Yep.
Has Mac kept the Sally One security key that he got, that
No.
he's been keeping all along?
No.
Or did he give it to Keith?
Everything goes to Keith, apart from Dorothy. All of your equipment, everything
That would
went
be a
to
really good
him.
thing to sell.
The only thing you kept was Dorothy, and that's because it was a way better sniper rifle.
Oh, fair enough.
This, of course, may come to bite you in the ass, but I thought that's what he would have. The only thing he probably would like.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck this. I think you also have a weapon called Yellow Brick or something like that in the Wizards.
Yeah.
You'd have one of those.
Yeah, I know. That's cool.
I don't suppose in the collection of magazines there was a special on maids' outfits or anything.
I'll be honest, I haven't gone through it that closely.
But no, there's not.
Damn.
Mac, if you really want to make a friend for life on this ship, if you can replace Kerno's maid's outfit,
Which has been going on for about 5 years.
yes, then you really will have a friend for life. And as from it, well, if you can lay your hands on some kind of black market booze that would make a human's eyes bleed, I reckon you'll have a friend for life there too. Just don't stand too close to him when he releases the noxious leftover vapours the following
gosh.
morning.
Yes, not pleasant.
No.
Been there, done that. Not pleasant.
I'll take your word for it. So anyway, moving away from outfits and poisons.
And back to the subject of pornography. Basically,
Yes.
look, I know things have changed a lot. And it's not the same as it was when Gertrude was in charge.
No.
I'm not going to be blinded by emotional attachments. I'm not going to refuse to believe that just maybe...
Sorry.
Like while it was to us, he just opens a bottle and starts drinking. His attention gradually wavers away from these humans talking about things he doesn't really care about. Back to like him counting out his cal bricks.
Yeah,
And the corner.
carry on.
Just because I find that really irritating, whilst I'm talking, I'm going to walk over there. I'm going to twist the hammock round and round and round and round until I feel like letting it go and just leave Omelette to spin insanely as a punishment for interrupting my train of thought.
Amazing. Perfect.
I'm going to tend to catch myself on things as I spin.
Flailing tentacles everywhere. Look, I'm not going to let how much I care for Gertie blind me to the fact that she could be involved in this. But I'm also not up for selling her out straight away on the off chance that she might be.
Oh.
I think the porn is going to be a much better source of bait than trying to sell information on Gertrude's guns.
Hmm.
Besides,
And if it fails, we can always sell information on Gertrude's guns. But just innocuous stuff.
As a plan B.
Could sell me. Not
No.
literally me, but
no.
We could sell you.
thank you. It makes the most sense. I'm a link in the chain. Once they get hold of me, well, I've got a good way out.
We got plan C sorted then.
No, we're plan B sorted.
No,
Thought
that's a
plan
lot.
B was the...
Plan B is
Oh
useless.
no, that's a good point. Yeah. No, plan A. We bait them out with porn
Mm-hmm.
because who isn't baited with porn? And then plan B is we sell them information. We sell them meat. We sell the thing that we know that we can get rid of really easily.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not prepared to put you in danger unless it becomes our final option.
That's why it's plan C.
All right.
But I
then we
also
need a better plan B.
Yes, because let's face it, if you've heard about this, there are two likely options. These people have either got the ear of the boss, in which case there's probably not much that we could tell them that Gertie hasn't already told them more about.
Mm-hmm.
And if they've already got a mole inside, then the chances are that our information's still going to be worthless. I mean, when was...
We don't want to give them something that they can act on, but we need it high enough.
If we sell them and it's something important that they already know, word will get back that someone is selling secrets.
Possibly, but there's also a chance that if we sell them things they already know, that we're going to get nowhere.
Well,
at which point we discover a new source.
It's a shame we don't have the name of the mole inside.
I've got nothing other than this code name, unless Robin Red is actually their name, in which case...
We could, of course, offer to buy him.
You're thinking we try and buy Robin Red?
Information sales go both ways. He sells information, we say we're looking for information on the broker, other people will sell us information on him. There is not a lot of honour amongst thieves.
Except you guys.
I do not steal.
Helena looks at Kara. She gives her a very piercing look of, really?
I don't think he believes that bar tabs unpaid counts as theft. It's always been a bit of a grey area, and no one has the time to discuss that back and forth for eternity. And no one wants to pay the bar tabs for him.
There was no term set on payment.
Actually, I believe generally the term is that when one walks into a bar and orders a drink, you're supposed to pay the tab before the shit leaves the port, rather than...
That sounds like a technicality to me.
Yeah. That was definitely not written on the contract I signed.
You signed a contract?
No.
To buy a drink.
Alright, so Helena basically has no other real information for you, unless you aren't going to ask anything specific. Or if you just want to chat.
Does anyone have any calbric they would like to give me?
Why?
If I did, I didn't put it down.
Don't believe I'm carrying any calbric. Can someone check my pockets? I.e. my sheet. I don't know. I don't think I have any calbric.
You have 54.
I have 54 calbric! Well, that was an oversight.
Happy birthday.
Not me.
Well,
Was Keith at least as rich as me?
Kara, would you allow Keith out with a bunch of calbric?
No.
I feel like you're the captain of this ship. You probably control much of the finances here.
Keith has
such
a
a
soft...
sexist comment.
No, Keith just has a
She's
soft
captain.
heart and not necessarily the greatest amount of financial sense or street smarts. One con man with a good sob story and he'd be giving the lot away.
So how much calbric did you have?
I don't think he had any.
Nailed it, you have no calbric.
Well, if we want to buy information, we will need
Something to trade.
That's part of why you guys are here. Part of the favour that I'm owed. One of the favours that I'm owed. I have no resources other than, well, him and a big gun.
Well, I am happy to lend whatever we can get our hands onto.
Now, Kara, lend. What have I done for this ship? What have I done for you? Really? We're talking about lending. I'm asking for a really big favour, I know.
Yes, but
lend? Come on.
yes, but we both know that when I say lend, I mean that at some point we will sit down together and hopefully drink to our success, and that will be the end of the matter.
Can I attempt to appraise Max Gun?
What are you trying to do?
Appraise Max Gun.
You can absolutely take that. Go for barter. During like
Hey!
Hang on a minute. I need you to take... Are you trying to stop him from doing this?
I'm just eyeing this with a critical eye.
Alright,
across
so
the room,
you see him like with many of his eyes just checking out your gun. Not in the great way.
Yeah.
19 on my pass check.
Jesus.
I've spec'd this down to like the last
this
tag.
is a custom job. It's... I don't know what the stats are on your weapon. I have no idea.
Actually, Dorothy is a custom rifle that's absolutely unremarkable to the untrained eye, and to the trained eye, it's absolutely unremarkable, but made quite well.
Does he have back to an everyday weapon?
Yeah.
Really? We didn't put any
No.
modifiers in it?
No.
Wow.
I'm just a really good shot.
Fair enough.
I'm basically just a really good shot with an M16.
It's probably worth about 30, 40, 50 calbric, something like
The
that.
next question. I'm going to appraise Helena's hand.
Okay.
That wasn't quite as good as a 14.
The personal value to Helena is you can't put a price tag on that because it's unbelievable.
Is it for everything else? It's MasterCard.
Everything else is MasterCard. You probably reckon the hand itself is probably worth, because as I say, it's a custom job. You know, you could take it apart, make it fit someone else, but it wouldn't be as good.
Okay.
On her, it's probably worth 300-400 calibrate, quite a lot. If you were to take it off, take it apart down to components, probably 150. If someone was going to use it, probably you could sell it for 250.
Okay. Not a vast amount.
Well,
I'm not trading my hand.
whilst we're trying to keep Omlet in check, I think it's probably prudent to remind you that we can start with the money you saved at the toll booth. And you're not getting any extra Calbrick out of me because...
I'll put 2 Calbrick on the top and go, yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm sure you've got more stashed away from bartering somewhere. There's
an ongoing debate between you and Omelette specifically on how much he's supposed to give you for anything he makes.
Right.
But the standard on the ship is 50%.
Okay.
To go into ship funds.
Well, this is not ship funds. This is an emergency.
We have a ship, by the way.
Yes.
On the ship, we should have a ship Calbrick sheet. Do we have anything in that?
If I can find it.
I think it's normally just in the hold or in the inventory.
Alright, we'll make this easy. Roll 2d6.
Is that a 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Very curly
7.
3.
You got 7 in total.
700 Calbrick?
Nah, that's way too much. 350.
Okay.
But Omelette, despite the fact that you continue to pollute the helm of my ship with your DJ Moon dubstep, you still get a fair share of anything we make. So you're not getting any extras out of me. Not until that awful racket stops without me having to override it at every single turn.
Has DJ Moon said anything interesting recently?
It's currently stuck on... Oh no, you changed it across the DJ Moon. You let it happen, didn't you?
Yes, I let him change
Alright,
across.
so as you begin to like argue about this dubstep, as you like get really irate about this dubstep, you hear the dubstep fading down. And you
I was very disappointed about this.
Oh, thank goodness.
You don't hear the dubstep.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Oh man.
He likes the vibrations to make him feel funny inside.
You make him feel funny inside.
I can just see you trying to dance to dubstep. Omelette, it'd be the Jandal equivalent of river dance.
He just flails and tentacles
Yes.
over his head and rocks side to side slightly.
And
Oh,
so,
no.
the tensions, that unending suspense has begun to build between the Rutai and the Nitu. Oh yes, that hate crime, that awful, terrorist act, that terrible, way of being, that kind of heinous act upon a temple, oh yes, has made those tensions really grow, those old existing tensions between the Rutai, those peace-loving, monkey hanging things from trees, those beautiful creatures. Yes, they have a huge hate on right now for those cold, slimy, scaly, occasionally very smart Nitu. Yes, there is rising tensions around the Mez Ring. The Mez Ring itself, the portal between different places. There, in fact, has been a rise in the number of Imperial ships. The Imperial exiles one used to think were gone have begun to grow in numbers. Are they building an army? Are they being a secret army for their government? Who knows? I can only tell you the truth. DJ Moon, out. And
That was
he's gone,
terrible.
dropping into dubstep again.
Woohoo!
That
Start
was
tentacle flailing
terrible,
again.
that shit. I mean, what bastards did that then?
I'm sure I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm sure someone had some financial gain to be made.
Bastards.
It was an
I wouldn't
awful
put it
act.
past the Nitu doing it themselves.
awkward silence.
Take a manipulate check for me, please.
Please.
And
don't fail.
any one of you three can take a perception check. One of you has to pick.
I care not about his statements.
Okay.
Okay.
And a botch.
You botched.
Face
What did you
on the
get?
desk.
A 5.
You got a 5. That's okay, you botched. So, Kara, you have a little bit of a raised eyebrow. You kind of see this, but you could put that down to anything really between the two of them. They're clearly old friends. So far as you're concerned, these two are innocent as hell. If anyone could be definitely sure of an alibi, you're probably more convinced you did this than either of these two.
I've done it in my sleep. Again.
So, do we have any trade goods in our
The only thing that you can't, I mean, it's been a bit sparse for the last couple of weeks. You're not really sure, probably because there's been a huge crackdown on things. Security has definitely increased across the systems generally, and especially within the G-base system itself.
Okay.
The only thing you have in your cargo and have had for weeks is that Gendal pawn.
Okay. Well, I could possibly do a bit of trading and see if we can build up our stocks. How much would you estimate it would cost? Oh, actually, cucumber. How much would I estimate it would cost
For what?
to buy this informant or the information on this informant?
You probably couldn't even begin to guess.
Really? With a barter of 9?
A barter of 9?
Yeah.
You probably couldn't even begin to guess.
Really?
This is on a level of like purchasing information you've probably never done before.
Okay.
I mean, this is proper like government
like,
conspiracy bullshit kind of level. This is not like I'm going to go down and pay 50 quid to Larry to let me know when the next shipment of Gendal pawn's coming in.
Okay.
This is government level spy shit.
Okay, fine.
So you're saying it's the difference between like Only Fools and Horses and James Bond?
Yes, that is exactly the difference which you are living right now.
Okay, well I'm going to go and try and do some like 3-wheel trading and see if I can build up enough information or enough money to...
Okay. You guys, probably about an hour or two after you've had a big discussion and you guys are talking about pawn and buying people off and...
I'm going to go and appraise the
all
pawn
this
again as well.
Oh my god. Take a bar check.
I'm all meant I was going to go read the pawn, but yeah, I'm also
Okay,
while
you
flicking
were
through it, I'll also have
being
a...
euphemistic.
Tell you what,
Okay.
while I'm there, I may as well actually appraise it.
Wow.
13.
I will assist.
That's the
Are we-
most awkward
Hello,
thing
come
I
help.
have ever heard.
12.
A human in need to and a
Nine.
Gendal walking through a cargo hold where they read a version of Gendal pawn. So what did you guys get in total? What do we got?
I got a 13.
You got a 13. The human got.
I got a 12.
You got a 12, and the need to got
9.
a 9. Okay. Are you all trying to appraise this, or are you just wanking over it? Let's put this out there.
I'm literally just like flicking through.
That
Okay.
awkward moment where a slight noise makes you look up from your dark corner and meet the eyes of another male being.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
I am not a male.
He's not a male. No, he's a.
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
it's
thing.
true, you are
He's a thing.
I'm Gendal. They are asexual.
It's a thing.
asexual, aren't you?
Okay, if you guys are all appraising this, between you probably worth estimate. I mean, it's a big carton, and there's a lot of variety.
Is it high quality
It's
stuff?
high quality. Some of it's pretty shit quality. The ones that are shit quality, there are loads of. They're very high quality stuff. There's like 1 or 2 duplicates. There is a whole range of this crap, and it is a very, very big box.
I'd like to try and arrange it into basically sellable chunks.
Oh my
So
God.
we've got like basically like the small
once
cheap
you-
sections and stuff.
If you think of buying it selling it as a whole, breaking it down into chunks, would probably be better. That would probably net you 2.5.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Can I check to see if there is a made special?
Take a perception check.
Crit.
Yes.
Would they mind if I took it?
Don't have to ask me. Are you
Who's with
taking
me?
it?
I'm here. That's for bartering, not for personal use. You can
Cucumber,
photo.
how many issues are here?
Someone roll a d4. I can't be dealing with this.
2.
There's 2.
There's 2 issues in the whole stack.
It's a
Of
duplicate.
this, there's a duplicate. There's that, and
It's
there's
not
another
worth the fight.
Okay.
Fine, you can have them.
It's now worth like $2,000. No, I'm joking. You can probably still sell it for $2.5 grand.
Okay, cool.
Rounded up.
The things that you have to do to ensure people's silence.
You guys are probably, after you guys have appraised porn, you guys...
And very awkwardly return to the bridge, trying not to meet
Helena-
anyone's eye.
Helena will come with you. She doesn't want to appraise the Gendal porn. She's not really floating into that stuff anyway. Okay, yeah, so you guys now arrive at the other end of the Mesring. So I need... you've now arrived into Coos. You basically path out the other end. And you now need to make your way to the Mesring to go to the rail system, which is where Planet Bow is.
Okay. Like an arrow. Let's go to Bow.
Sweet. Let's take a piloting check, and we'll take another communications conversation. We'll do a check for that. I just want to make sure you don't fail, that's all.
14.
Yeah, you're fine. You path your way there. The kind of little toll booth comes up, and there's a human woman there. And she's like, "What? You got your money? Paid for?"
Yeah, we have the money.
So usual 15 if you want to go out.
I think it was 7.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 15, mate. She pulls out a gun, sticks it behind her ear.
A gun.
Gun!
Pay the bill! I'll do it!
This is the greatest negotiation tactic. I think you'll find a 7. No, sir, I think you're 5.
I was like the idea she's got a little camera in the top corner of the booth, just like puts her elbow out of shot, just like has a gun in there. Like, he'll do it! He'll do it! Let him through! Alright, shit.
Anyway, 15 for pass check.
We can do 10 for you. In fact, we do 15 priority boarding. How about
Yeah, right.
that? Alright, sweet. She shuts down the booth. You receive information that you can get a priority pass through. This is a bit more reasonable time. You've actually just seen a priority boarding go through, so you don't have to wait for the next cycle. Got plenty of time. You path your way in, and you path your way out. So probably about 3-4 hours later. Is anyone? Well, say about 5 or 6 hours probably to round. Is anyone sleeping, resting? For you, it's probably been a pretty long day. For the rest of you, probably also been a pretty long day actually. So if you want to rest or sleep, now will be the time to do it.
Yeah,
There's nothing for me to do here. I don't know anyone that well. I'm just going to sit on the comfy seats and try and sleep.
yeah, if it's
Anytime I'm
a,
not actively talking to someone or looking at porn, I will be sleeping.
There are crew quarters. There's like an additional crew quarter.
Cucumber.
Yes.
We didn't roll my hit points.
We did not roll your hit points. You are 100% correct. Roll a d12.
can I assume I've got
I can't
full hit
remember what
points
it
as
is.
well?
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
1. Okay, it's 1 plus your endurance plus 10.
So I've got 14.
There you go, you're 14 points.
Pencil.
I'm going to put myself back to full HP because I assume that since the last time I used this character altogether.
Yes.
Yes.
One would assume that everyone is at full health, that nobody has any leftover rads, and I'm not going to be dealing with exposure in this particular one unless you do something really stupid because you guys have the old style sheets and I can't bother to faff around.
Yay, my suffering has gone too.
Yeah, suffering's gone too. One would assume you would have slept for a while. We are still tracking suffering, by the way.
Somewhere.
What have you done?
Drops dice.
What? Scum. I've got it.
There you go.
We assume at some point within these like 12 hours of me basically sitting on comfortable seats and resting, I can test to see if I lose my level of suffering.
Yes, you can. You can test.
Hooray! And hooray!
You do.
Yes.
Yeah, there is an additional crew quarters. You know that Helena and Matt will be coming on,
I
so
thought it was
the
eight.
kind of
Yes.
downstairs area you can easily create new crew quarters, so to speak.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
So it's up to you
Modifier
if
as
you
well.
create 1 or 2. It's entirely up to you.
So it's 3 or 4.
Or if you even want to bother offering it to them. It's your call.
I've gone back to my quarters with my magazine.
Good to know, and that's why we're fading to black on that one.
So I've separated all these, all this porn into like easily sellable sections, and basically put them in somewhere that we can easily kind of like basically sell them off.
Yeah, you
Is
put it
it,
back on the box, to be honest.
Is there any regulations against selling porn, or is it just considered to be
It's
taboo?
Gendal porn specifically that is illegal.
It is illegal, is it? Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to have to do this quietly.
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to get something to go, like, put it in like a box or something.
It
so
really
doesn't
is
look,
in a big box.
Is it?
There
like,
is a ginormous box.
Yeah, it didn't have like triple X and stuff written on it, or is it?
No, not really. No.
Okay, cool.
It was
That's
very
fine.
metaphorical. There's like
That's
the,
fine.
the fictional.
Yeah.
After setting up some
I might.
additional crew quarters with kind of an adjoining door so that Keith and Helena have got the option of privacy if they require it or not if they wish to keep up their illusions. I'm going to go and lay on my bunk and try and sleep. However, between the sort of heart-wrenching torment of not knowing whether Gertie, who I've known since she was so little and almost helped to raise, is actually involved in some horrible plot, and trying to keep out the twisted mental images of working out exactly what the mechanics of asexual pornography would be, I'm not going to get a whole lot of sleep.
Okay. If you
I've
opt
never
not to
seen
take a
hentai.
lot of sleep, you're going to take a suffering level.
Okay.
That's fine. Mac, you do have crew quarters.
I've been sleeping. I wasn't told.
Helena comes over and gives you a solid kick.
What?
You know, there's a place for you to sleep downstairs, alright? Actually, proper beds, proper crew quarters.
Yeah.
I did manage to upgrade the ship a bit. She's got some nice beds in there.
Why didn't you upgrade your ship?
Because my ship is tiny and mine. I don't really sleep that much, but you got a bed. Go use it, man.
Hooray!
Like shit.
I'll just like pound off looking for it. I have no idea where the hell it is. I'm just running off, like knocking on doors.
Helena will take you down. She'll literally just point you into where you are. It's like, well, I'm in that one.
It's
Well,
not
I'm
that
in
big
I'm
a
running on. Yeah, it's not a big a ship.
You could probably run down it in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't know which door is mine.
The door's locked, boyo.
The door's locked for a reason.
Oh god, no.
Brew, let's finish fading to black on that one.
The decks are rocking.
Oh god!
That's weird.
I'm
Okay.
really hoping that along with the other upgrades and modifications that Helena's soundproofed some of the crew quarters.
No, that would be a
Probably
horrible
not. No, probably wouldn't have bothered.
The
Probably
Welsh
not my first
accented
thought.
sounds of pleasure coming from the Nitu chambers. Just too much to bear.
As a side note, since the refit, Kara's quarters are a lot bigger than everyone else's, but because there's two of you living in it,
Yes.
you have the master suite, so to speak, and these guys have like scrubs, and he probably just has a hammock. Omelette just has a hammock somewhere, right? Or was it a bag that you slept in?
It's a bag.
It's a bag.
It's
It was
like
just a bag, wasn't it?
yeah, it's like one of those paragliding bags.
That's
He
the
basically just
one, yeah.
reverses into it and just
Yeah.
seals up around himself.
Whilst now on top of my emotional turmoil and my mental scarring, I'm feeling like a terrible wife because I completely forgot to worry about the fact that I'm in these massive crew quarters all alone and Keith isn't actually with me.
Aww. You'll be happy to know that Keith is doing something pretty badass right now. You get this innate feeling that Keith is being a badass.
Just so long as it doesn't involve another woman, otherwise I'll kill him myself.
No, there's definitely no other woman involved in this. This is just him being a badass. Okay, so you guys wake up just before you get to out the Mez ring. It's only a couple of hours, but you guys get enough sleep to reduce any suffering other than you because you chose not to. Helena
It
continues
wasn't
to...
so much a choice as an inflicted consequence.
RP-wise, you chose to do this. I will probably reward this later out of session, but yes. Okay, so you guys arrive on the other side of the Mez ring. As you guys approach the other side of the Mez ring, not a lot of people often come to Rao because Rao is pretty much a decimated place. And it's fairly obvious from the moment you pass through the Mez ring. I mean, everything seems to be slightly poorer, slightly more broken. And you can see already from where you are, and you can easily pick up on navigations, there is a lot of debris in the system. There is a lot of debris. Some of them is pretty big. Some of it probably smaller than the size of your hand. And there's also an actual asteroid field pretty close to the red dwarf sun that's in here. But yes, there you go. You guys, you probably know roughly where Bo is. I mean, I don't know how often you guys would consider yourself coming here, but I'm going to need a navigation check.
We've got lots of asteroids and things. I'm guessing a piloting check would also be in order.
What did you get? You rolled a 1, didn't you?
Worse than that?
You rolled an 11!
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
You know those asteroids we were talking about? Bang!
Nope, even better than that. Karen, what are you doing? Exactly, are you take? Oh, so you have to take the information he's giving you.
Right.
So far as you're concerned, he rarely ever lets you down.
Yes.
He's giving you
so
some information, and we're going to find out what's happening to you guys in a minute. So,
I am going to take his advice on board, carefully sort of peer out to make sure we're not about to run into anything. And Omelette, I'm also going to warn you now, thanks to your species, I have had some terrifying mental images keeping me awake all night, so if you tune into DJ Moon and pollute my ship with that dubstep, I will spin your hammock again. You have been
Turn the volume
told.
down slightly.
probably. It's like
12
12. Are you using engines or agility?
agility.
Okay, so you get these directions, and you're pretty sure it's not giving you. I mean, he often just gives you the direct heading, and you can dodge your way around. It's fairly easy for you to do that. You've got a little screen in front of you. You can see it at the front. But he seems to be giving you a really weird thing, and he's definitely directing you through a big asteroid, and he doesn't normally do that. So you dodge your way around pretty easy, and like, okay, maybe he's just gotten lazy and whatever the equivalent of old age in Nitu is. You don't exactly know how old he is.
The ship isn't soundproofed. I know full well that he's basically
Happy.
all the blood hasn't fully returned to his brain area yet. Shall we say It's spent too much time elsewhere and the brain is not connected.
Excellent. Okay, you arrive. You follow the directions and you arrive at a planet.
Hopefully the one we're looking for.
Give you the information on the
That's a
planet.
serious bot. You promoted to hit the wrong planet.
That's good information.
We're looking for the big red one,
the
yeah?
information on the planet because I'm an idiot and I didn't print it.
Don't drink and drive. Don't wank and navigate.
It's
Rules to live by.
catchy. It's not quite as catchy as the other one, but pretty good.
Masticate.
Masticate.
Don't drink and
Cheers.
masticate.
Masticate.
I'll masticate. All right. Didn't know
Navigate.
that word? Now I do.
Navigate, I suppose.
Alright, you've arrived at a planet. This planet is a terraformed moon, and it's you can see on it it's quite small. I mean, take an intellect check. Anyone who rolls?
Oh, that's someone with a high intellect roll.
Trying to find where it is. There it is.
Oh, Mac rolled. He legitimately rolled. What'd you get?
Yes. He
Yeah, I
botched.
just don't remember anything. I botched.
What? You arrive at this planet, you're like, do you know the descriptions I've heard about Bo? It's definitely a small moon, definitely a terraformed moon, and you're pretty sure that Bo is the one that has a lot of industry on it. You're pretty sure of that. You're pretty sure it's either that. No, you're pretty sure it's Bo. It's the one that has a lot of industry going on it, and you're pretty sure that, you know, the Nitu still own this planet a little bit. They're just very reluctant to give it back. And there are quite a few Irilisk on here, just it's owned by the Nitu. And there's definitely some dodgy political alliances going on here. So yeah, you guys are about to land. So can I have a communications and can I have a piloting check, please?
I'm going to call to the bow security, like a landing agency.
Okay.
Chris.
You crit. All right, I'm going to deal with you in a moment. Akara, are you waiting for confirmation from?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you roll? Just to check.
You rolled 17.
Okay, yeah, you more than perfectly managed to put yourself into a stationary orbit around this, in what you would expect to be the correct place for you to hang around and, you know, not avoid all the other ships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say?
I'd like to call down to Bo, like landing into. We'd like to request a land.
I'm not entirely sure where you think you are right now, but it is fairly certain this is not Bo. This is Ear, sir.
Wow.
Thank you. We've had some minor communications. Sorry, minor navigations from
Our
here.
navigator's all wanked out.
Could you please direct us to Bo?
Oh yeah, other one.
Yes, of course. Do you wish us to give the information to you over the...
Could you send it to our
communications
communications console, please?
Okay. And he gives you the need to...
Does
He
he
gives you a
program our
bunch...
sat nav for us?
No, the need to gives you a bunch of coordinates, and it's... You think you've got all the numbers, and you give all the numbers to Kano. Kano, I can have a navigation check for me.
Watch again, like, no, we're here, I swear.
Hang on, I need to put like peril on here. This is just too funny.
12.
12. You realise what you did, and you actually put a 6 in instead of a 9 for the coordinate. You're like, oops. Which screwed all of your computations a bit further on the line. Fuck it, I'm in suspense because it's too funny. You guys managed to make your way. I'll let you roll the 17.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely roll the 17. You probably have wasted a good half a day fucking about between these two planets, going in slightly the wrong direction. It's these moons are orbiting the same planet, but obviously it's
Should have asked if they
fucking
wanted
space.
Gendal porn before we left.
What, you mean based on the appeal it has to our own native crew member?
You
Only so,
arrive
yeah.
at this new planet. This planet is green and blue, and there's quite a lot of yellow in there as well. This, from literally where you are, appears to be a far more agriculture-based place. Perhaps there doesn't seem to be a lot of sentient made structures here, at least from what you can see from outer space. You guys are now here.
We're here.
Excellent. Have we landed?
No,
Okay.
you guys are in orbit.
In that case, I'm going to call down and ask for permission to land.
Of course. Do you wish to land in a week or in 2?
Today would be ideal.
Have you? Can you give the identification of your ship? We'll see if you have permission to land.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give him the identification that I gave to. Well, the one we're currently assuming.
Which is what?
Okay.
You threw random letters at me, didn't you?
Yeah, I threw random letters
Yeah,
at
I
you.
thought you did. See, I wrote my numbers down for the ship. I believe this is on top of Kara's ship, on top of Kara's sheet, possibly. There you go. Okay, you spout out a new bunch of letters, and the Irilisk on the other side is. This does not conform to any number on our list.
Well, we've been sent here to land and trade. That's our purpose.
That's maybe as such, but with the need to tensions rising, we have to be certain. We cannot just allow anyone through right now. We have to check and board and give clearance.
You're welcome to board us.
Okay. This seems acceptable. If we find you suitable, we shall expedite matters. But we shall do a thorough search, yes?
Yes.
How long will we have to wait for the search?
It can be done in 3 hours, yes? Okay. And communication shuts down, and they send you a scheduled window. It's going to be in 2.5 hours.
Cool.
Boyo. The pawn?
Yeah. We need to find somewhere for that.
That's
Does anyone have any alcohol?
Is there any waterproof kind of casing that we can kind of wrap this stuff in?
I'm going to say in the Cludging Bay there probably is something, yeah.
How much
I have
could
another
I
idea.
conceal?
You personally cannot conceal this big. I cannot tell you how big this box is. Right.
Is it
This
roughly?
is a particularly big box.
would it fill my storage capacity?
This would far more than exceed your storage capacity.
Okay. Well,
This is not fatal.
I can stow some of it of myself.
It is possible. He could definitely store some of
Yes,
this.
but we don't want to have to see this happen.
Well, I'm sure that he could if he wanted to. I mean,
I may need some assistance. Some of it may need to be rammed right in.
Omelette, do we have any alcohol left in the mess?
I would assume so. Yes, we do.
Okay, I want you to go down there, consume the lock, and then vent the gases out of the airlock. As soon as you've done that, I want you to radio down to the planet's surface and tell them there's been an accident on the ship and we need clearance for an emergency landing. That's the only way I can see that we're going to get down there in less than a week or two and also get past without an inspection.
Well, once they've inspected us, they'll probably move on. We do have areas in here that we can conceal these things. And
That's
all things
assuming
considered,
that they
get
don't
dark
still
forward
make us wait a week to land after the check. We've got no idea how long these bureaucratic fools are going to keep us waiting.
And
I
there's a chance that the longer we wait, that this person will be gone.
Ralph?
I say we've...
Also, this place is meant to be a smuggling base. How good can their orbital sweeps be? We should have just landed.
I'm going to lean with Mac on this one.
Well, now that they know we're here...
Circle the block, come
Yeah,
out with a plate.
we could just do, yeah. I gave them my incorrect plates. We could just land. They're going to be looking for different plates anyway.
True.
And we now know that people are coming here. If we go around the other side of the planet, at least one of their interceptors is on this side of the planet now.
Can't we just box off and land?
You are well aware you could indeed turn all your black boxes off and land. It's one of the modifications that Helena has put on her ship.
Well, it's going to be quicker and less risky than trying to fake an accident and hoping we get away with it, so I say we go with that plan.
Okay.
Once we're down, I've added in something, we can pretty much protect you from most things. You just need to actually physically hide the ship.
Well, the only question remaining then is, do we have any idea what target area we want to look for to land?
Well, the largest civilization will probably be... Well, there was the town of Kakilk.
It is a huge Irilisk city.
Yes.
It is ginormous.
Kakilk. Or near Kakilk.
I think it was Tukilk.
Yes.
To kill.
To kill boy or
That's what I said, wasn't
No.
Keki. No. To kill.
That's the
I know
name of
you're
their greatest civil leader or something, isn't it?
I think he's just struggling with the language.
it? Yes. I do struggle with human enough.
It's trade. We don't call it human. Humans speak a slightly different language.
Okay.
Trade is the universal.
Shorthand.
When we want to be exceptionally rude to you, we speak amongst ourselves in English.
Yes. You speak English, damn it. Or if you're Welsh, you speak Welsh and you fuck everyone.
And no one has a clue.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Nobody has a fucking clue.
Yeah.
It's your call, Helena.
I'm gonna go view this. I've been out of the field too long to know if this is a smart idea.
I'm going to super securely strap myself into my
As soon as
sling.
Helena sees that
My
happening, she's gonna strap herself in too. She's got a bad feeling about this.
I apply all my securing straps.
Isn't it just a bag? Don't you just like
Well,
pick
this is
yourself a bag?
it's actually a kind of a bag. You actually basically like a
Yeah.
Compression sack.
which you can actually seal the front with.
Yeah, and you can stick a little tender.
It's basically my slam suit, basically.
Yeah,
Well, I also
you
have a
have a
slam
bag,
suit, but
yeah.
yeah.
I just imagine it like one of those raincoat hoods. You know, when you were a child and you used to pull the toggles
Like
on the
cargo,
hood,
yeah.
so that you had about this much face showing.
Rabbit Talilk is on the other side of the planet from where you currently are. So if you wanted to get there quickly, then that would be the way.
Well, I doubt they're running continuous sweeps anyway, if there's that much smuggling getting through. So we've got 2.5 hours before they even start looking for us. I say we get moving now.
With this ship's trying to think where we can hide it. Are there any lakes nearby?
Don't know, we're on the wrong side of the planet.
No, I mean, like, I don't know.
You know a lot about this place. There is water, but not near Talilk.
Okay.
You've not. I don't know. Would you have been here before? You probably would have.
I probably
actually.
would have been.
You probably would have been
I've
here
been
before.
around quite a while.
You know that Talilk is a ginormous area city that actually spans the entirety of the continent, the southern continent,
Okay.
underground.
Okay.
There is a couple of entrances above ground, and the water is actually quite far from most of the entrances.
Okay. Would I know a secure place or secluded place to land?
You probably wouldn't know. You'd have to do a check
Okay.
when you get there. You'd have to, or allow navigations to have a look.
Yeah.
You, off the top of your head, one planet much looks like the other.
Okay. Once we're down there, I can help more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Let's go.
It looks green, just luzz it in someone's field and leave.
so,
Off we go then.
alright.
Let's move.
Helena will strap herself in.
All
And
of the
it-
strapping in.
I think
All
everyone's
strapping
probably
in.
best to strap themselves in just in
Okay,
case of
so,
unforeseen circumstances.
Talk me through exactly what it is that you're doing.
So we turned off the black box.
Okay,
Yeah.
can someone take just a generic system check? Not piloting, nothing like that, just a systems check.
Crit.
You crit. You know all the gizmos, and you've basically made yourself completely.
Undetectable.
You now figure out how to all these systems work and how they work. Why is it there was only very, very faint echo back on the Danny Boy? Very, very faint. So you've turned everything off, but you have enough so that if something is coming at you, your navigations are still going to be able to work.
Yeah.
This is top grade military kind of law enforcement shit that you should not be caught dead having on. Another good reason not to get searched.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so black box is off. Correct. Next.
Well, that's my job done. Pilot.
well,
Navigations as well. We need to find a place to land.
All right, so we're going to do.
I'm going to start moving the ship towards the right side of the planet,
Okay.
whilst my navigator
Yeah. So
really
we'll
hopefully
say you can
concentrates this time
probably
on where to land.
fly around the planet without a check. All right, let's go do navigations.
I don't know where I'm strapped in, so I can't advise anything.
We would probably be strapped in the kind of
11.
cargo area.
Mm.
You've got 11.
11.
Please don't say watch.
No,
No.
6 plus
Okay, an
5.
actual perfect 11. Excellent. You have a look, and not only you managed to find somewhere nearby to one of these entrances that Omit has pointed out to you. You find somewhere nearby. It's there's like a small grove of trees. I hope I'm using the phrase right. There's a grove of trees. It's not big, but you could probably plant yourself down behind it, and you think from what you've seen, everything going around, there doesn't seem to be very many ships flying over the top, and you pretty much think you can get your way through the orbital defences,
Right.
the orbital sweeps. You think there's a big window coming. All right, going with that information.
highly defended agri world?
It's essentially this world is all underground.
Yeah.
So above ground is left to it because they don't need that shit.
So do they have orbital defences?
There are defences, the same as any planet, and there are also sweeps, same as any planet generally. But there seems to be big gaping holes in it.
Yeah. Well, it's a farming world. I wouldn't expect it to be massively defended.
There's a big gaping hole in it, and it does look like they're trying to upgrade, hence the additional security measure you're trying to get down. But they're not responding very quickly to the change in political environment. All right, let's do a piloting check. You have this information. There is a potential hole coming up. So he has told you, and he thinks he's nailed a place to land.
10.
10. Okay, as you guys fly down, perfect.
Oh no, wait, before we start flying down, I've got to, adjust myself and get ready in my lucky piloting position to take my lead
the
from the
official car
navigator.
position, like a 17-year-old chap laying almost flat with the glasses end of her friggin' nose.
Do you have a baseball
I
cap
don't
on
have
your
my
way around
glasses,
as well?
but no, not
She's
today.
too classy for that shit, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, she adopts the 17-year-old the chav pose, so to speak, and you get your way for sure past these orbital sweeps. As you're heading towards the grove of trees, you can see them like, yeah, nailed this shit. As you get closer to them and you think, yeah, I'm pretty much going to go down, that's going to be fine, perfect landing, you notice on your navigations that there is an incoming ship, and it's definitely going to cut across your path. You don't know how you didn't notice it before, but it seems to have almost come out of nowhere.
We got a problem.
It's on an intercept path.
Ship intercept.
Okay then, so the best thing that we're going to have to do is try and make a very quick avoidance. I hope everyone's holding on nice and tight.
Take an agility check on your ship.
Okay.
You do have legendary points, but you need to re-roll it.
Yes. Trying to find the ship one.
So
your piloting.
there's E and A.
Oh, still under piloting, you mean?
Yeah, it's E and A. Just that you need to
15.
use the agility version.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
As this ship comes flying in towards you, you know that the kind of hazards of having to go down dark is you've got limited range. This ship comes in and you see it and you know, fuck me, and you point yourself up just quick enough so you went straight down. You probably hit the trees below you. Point yourself up and you just skim over the top. There's like, fuck yeah, I'm a boss. And then you realise that the ship has indeed seen you. It's visual. It can turn around and fucking see you. You just flew over the top of it like a boss. And the ship is banking round and it's following you down to the trees. What do you guys want to do?
What kind of ship is it? Do we see it also going down?
You can see it. I mean, literally, you look out the blooming windows, you can see it. This is why it has spotted you. It's probably why it's not come up on things, why it didn't realise it's intercept course with you. It's now following you. It's seen you. You've basically just done that awful thing where you've cut someone up. And they're now following you around the roundabout coming into Desco's roundabout.
Is it is it actually like a security force, or is it just some random?
The ship is armed, but to your kind of like.
It's not marked up with police on the side of it.
No,
or anything like that.
it's the very brief glimpse. It doesn't automatically like warning, warning. There is going to come fuck you in the ass with their military power.
It's just some
there's nothing
random
like that.
dude
It's
with
just
guns.
some random dude with some guns.
That's
on
fine.
it.
We can deal with that.
Okay. Not at the front. I probably didn't see anything. I was like, whoa, holy crap, what happened?
Kara.
Well,
Kara.
I'm open to suggestions because I don't recognise that ship. Do we try and evade it, or do we let him follow us down onto the ground and see what happens?
May as well talk to him.
This could be our point of contact. I mean, he doesn't look like he's working for any of the official people. Perhaps his job is to look for those who have a
Take a
reason
piloting
to
check
sneak
for me.
down.
It's going to be difficult because you are talking at your crew. We can hear most of this.
18.
18. Yeah, you don't even need to concentrate on flying. You're like, yeah, I've got this. You're currently like zigzagging around, like just doing the dodging manoeuvre.
Do we notice?
She's lazing mistily to the left. Again.
From my communications, can I see if this guy has a black box active?
Yes, it clearly is.
It does.
Yes.
Okay. And can I get any information from it, like what the ship is or what it's? I don't know what kind of information you get from a black box.
Take a knowledge check for me.
That would be a 14.
A 14. You get that the name of the ship is the Clack.
So Irilis, I'm guessing.
Possibly. You understand that this ship is also running. They clearly have some sort of restriction on their black box, so it's not. It has a signal enough so that it can avoid objects, but nothing like long range you would expect a standard ship to be having to actually navigate the worlds properly.
It would seem in my career of like bartering, it would seem to be this would be like a smuggler ship.
That is correct.
Cool. These are probably the kind of guys you want to talk to.
Okay. Well then, I suggest we get on with the landing, and let's just keep quiet for now and wait for them to make contact with us. I feel.
May want to have
You
guns
are
on
aware that you
standby.
probably won't come up automatically on their kind of automatically. They'd be very difficult, not only impossible for them to get contact with you with your black box off. They can do if they manually switch through the ranges, so to speak. But getting hold of you at the moment is very, very difficult.
Do you want me to communicate with them and see what they want?
What do you think, Helena? I don't want to appear too eager and scare them off if they are the ones we're looking for.
I don't even know there was a ship following us.
Well, to be fair, when someone's following you, they're probably not going to be scared off that easily. Or they wouldn't be following us in the first place.
I mean, you could talk to them, or we could just fly by. I don't know. It's entirely up to you guys. Mac?
I think our best bet is to spiral and hit the ground, for Christ's sake. If our black box is off, I mean, apparently we've managed to gain height. That was a pretty bad move. We should have tried to hit the deck as safely and as early as possible and look like a crashing ship.
Well, these guys are also less legitimate.
Oh yeah, but they're more likely to ignore us if they just think we're idiots crashing.
Could you make it look like we're crashing? Cara, could you make it look like we're crashing?
Do we want to? Don't we want to speak to these people?
Doesn't mean we can't.
Well, we could speak to them now. They can't. Yeah.
I'm going to go with
We
Helena's
can't
plan. I
land
can
it.
make this baby look like she's going to crash.
Okay.
Take a piloting check. You are making it look like a crash. I'm going to be blatantly obvious. This is going to be quite difficult. Also
I'm
quite
relying
difficult
on the
without
trees to do some
trying-
covering.
Without trying to damage your ship, you're trying to make it look like a crash.
Yes.
That is going to be really freaking hard. I'm just going to throw that out
Well, it
there.
doesn't have to convince them. It has to convince anyone else who might see.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're attempting to crash the ship without breaking the ship.
10.
You're just coming in hot.
Wow.
Really? You don't want a legendary roll that?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
So if your skill is like 6, you must have rolled like a 2 or something.
I rolled a 2, my skill's 8.
Yeah.
18.
Woo! Nice. Yes.
Save.
That's better.
So you fly your ship down, and you kind of do that kind of like you've been doing this for friggin' ages. It's like doing donuts in the air, like on a single point. You're just like spinning it around, like this is the greatest thing. Everyone else is like, you know, they don't feel it too much because of the onboard shaft technology, so you kind of get your feet stuck to the ground. You don't really feel it too much, but it is still fun. It's like being on like a really fast teapot or something like that. Teacup ride, and then you just do this little spin round, and you hit the deck with a couple of bounces, and you're like, nah, it's fine. You know, Pafil, this is fine, and you bounce and hit the deck, and you manage to turn off pretty much everything you need to, almost in that split second of landing.
Like a leaf on the wind, baby.
Like a leaf on the wind. So the other ship dives down after you realise that you appear to be crashing out of control. Veers up, flies off to the side, and it does a big circle and lands safely down next to your ship. And that's where we're going to take a quick pause because I really need to pee. And it's 9:30, and we've gotten through exactly what I thought we would in
9.
an hour and a half.
Aha.
Okay, so we'll be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy the kind of behind the scenes trailer, which next week we'll be turning back to just the 7-minute trailer because it's really loud and we have to listen to it obviously. So we'll be back soon. And we're back.
No.
Whoop whoop.
So,
Right, so we have just landed. I'm going to place in suspense because that amuses me. So yes, you guys have just landed the ship. Another ship, which was called the Clack.
The Kalak.
Nailed it. The Clack has just landed next to you, and these two smallish, kind of like thin-looking Iblis climb out. They're covered in carapace and stuff. Their arms seem quite weedy. They're not sharp like you would expect most Iblis are. And there are probably about 3 humans with them. And they get out of the ship. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to walk like to the door and open the door to the ship and then just fall out.
If there are tensions between the Irelisk and the Nightier, is this really the best time for you to play Ambassador?
Well,
I'm
the
definitely
meeting
going to go
has
with
just
him.
fallen out of the ship.
I'm going to go and walk out the ship in a normal way. Or crawl out in the standard Gendal-ish way. Yeah.
Should we not just all pile out behind him like Harry the ship's going to blow?
Do it, and Helena pushes you out. Move, lads, move!
Oh shit!
Anyone else joining in this room?
Yes. Oh, Keith, my husband, I'm so glad you're okay, my darling.
Just move, the ship's gonna blow!
Run!
Throw him up and just run to the tree line.
Alright, so I need joining in this charade. All of you, fuck it. All of you roll and someone else roll for Helena, please.
Oh yes, crit.
You got a crit, perfect. So you're I'll get round the group in total.
Have we got a modifier for this one?
What did I put down? Manipulate? I'm gonna go manipulate.
Okay, 8.
Go intellect. Which should be 8 for you. Yep,
Yeah.
okay, so we got a crit and 8,
9.
a 9,
18.
and an 18. Did someone roll for Helena?
I'll roll. You have the sheet,
So we
don't
have
you?
8,
I have
9,
the modifier.
crit, and an 18.
6 plus modifier.
Which is 5.
11
So,
for Helena.
11 with Helena. Despite the fact that we have some slightly below par numbers, the crit of just no! And just passing out on the ground in front of you, everyone piling over the top, almost stepping over this unconscious Corone, and Helena using her mechanical hand just grab him on the back of the neck and haul him out. The lovers running off into the distant tree line, and again
I'd like to be flashing bright violet colours with my tentacles flailing over my head.
Warning!
Probably red and blue.
Properly Zoidberg.
Yeah.
You guys just bail out of it, and you see the humans in the group are just oh shit, and they dive into the ship, and you've never seen a ship take off as fast as you can. You're pretty impressive at getting away, almost like one of those kind of revving the back wheel kind of thing. But these things just and they're gone. You
Fair
see
enough.
them as you guys approach the tree line. That was a beautiful crew, man.
I was just going to go out and see if they wanted to trade, but I guess we can now walk to the city.
You're probably about an hour's walk. Is there any supplies you want to do? Any way you particularly want to leave the ship? You are parked just behind some of these trees. You perfectly measure it.
Can we pull a few of the trees over the top of it so it looks more covered in the air?
They are trees, but you can pull them over the top, yeah, if you really want to. And you have a sizable ship. It's doable. It will take you a lot of time. You're trying to drag some trees over the top of your
Do we have perhaps anything in the hold, like a great big camouflage tarpaulin that we could put over some of the more obvious bits?
I'll tell you what, roll a d6, you get 4 and above, yes.
5.
Yes, there's big. You're prepared. You're like a Girl Scout of the
Yes.
world. You're prepared for this crap.
But to preface this, having dived with Cara face down onto the mud, I will now stand up, leaving her laying on the floor, straighten the lapels of my duster coat, and go, well, that was a great plan of mine, and walk back to the ship.
Helena, as you walk past, gives you this kind of applause, but it doesn't make a lot of applause noise because one's a mechanical hand and the other one's just squidgy flesh. You dun dun dun.
Thank you very much.
Some women carry handbags, but I am a pilot, and in my hold you can find pretty much anything for every occasion, providing we haven't.
You find a top for sure.
Providing we haven't pawned it for food.
Are you guys taking anything with you? Are you just going to go out with the gear that you have? Is anyone carrying weapons?
I'm going to stand
I don't
up.
remember what weaponry Helena has. I don't think she has any.
I definitely
She might have
didn't
some,
leave
fancy
Dorothy
thing.
on the ship.
I'm going to stash the pawns in a little smuggling compartment somewhere.
You are going to put it in a little compartment. To break these down into your compartments, you would fill your compartments and some.
Okay, well,
It is a big box of pawn.
alright, well I'll do that because we're not taking it with us. I'll take a few with me as samples.
Okay.
Sure
Do you
you
take the high-end stuff, or do you take the mass-produced
Oh,
low-end
high-end stuff. High-end
Taking
stuff.
only the high-end stuff. Okay, alright. We'll determine that when you get there. Alright, so you're taking pawn with you. Can you tell me what weapons Helena has, if she has any?
Helena has no weapons.
She has none. Good, excellent.
I'm just taking my concealed pistol and my poison barb with me.
Your poison barb you cannot but take with you.
Yes.
But as much as her
And
mechanical
my concealed
hand is-
pistol is also obviously concealed within me.
I don't need to know. Mac, you have Dorothy. Do you want to take Dorothy with you?
Yeah, I'm not leaving Dorothy behind. I also want to look through Keith's bag to see what I have.
Of Keith's stuff.
Yeah.
You basically walked on with nothing really. Keith walked on with not a lot. You basically only have the stuff that is on this ship, or that Helena might have brought for you. Helena probably would have bought some spare rounds, so you probably have an extra clip over what you would have had. She probably bought you a change of boots. Let's be honest, she wouldn't actually be okay with you wearing leather boots if you don't like it. But they aren't comfy boots, and they're clearly shoddily made, and you have a feeling she may have done that on purpose. She's probably bought like 2 vegan snap packs, because probably what she could grab on the fly, because I think you cleared them out before you left. Probably going to be cleared out by the time you get home too. She would probably brought a combat knife for sure.
Cool.
She probably wouldn't be carrying anything because she lacks the ability to.
I'm going to take my pistol.
Yep.
Just in case.
Anything else you're taking with you? I know you're camouflaging the ship, so I was going to say you're camouflaging the ship. That's pretty much what you're doing. Kerno, what are you up to, man?
I'm going to get myself up off the floor.
Yeah, good plan.
And I've got Bangy.
You take Bangy with you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Are you guys taking anything else with you? Are you taking any of the cabricks on your ship?
I'm going to take... Well, I've only got 5 cowboy. We might want some more if we're going to be doing some trading. Though Helena has 54, so she can always front some.
Cara, do I need to go through this conversation again about cabric?
Ignore him. He's an idiot.
Excellent. So,
Like I said, I will loan you whatever you need. We shall go for a drink, and then the debt is considered paid, as is our usual tradition.
good. I like it. So back to the mechanical questions. You're taking any of the cabric out of the ship?
Well, I've got... Do we
Yes.
have any cabric on the ship?
Yes,
350.
We said there were 350 on there.
I'll take 50 with me.
Okay.
I would say the quickest way to do this is going to be to go in small groups once we find roughly what we need. So
Well, we are quite a small group.
why at every turn? Omelette.
Why don't you guys go in pairs? I'll stay and fix the blinky screen that you said about.
Yay!
I mean, if I don't get spotted, probably better.
Okay, in which case I am not going to take my pistol. I am going to leave it with you, just in case.
It's alright, I can set something up, it's fine. No, you should take your pistol with you. I mean, it would be a bit odd for the captain of a ship to wander around without her gun.
Just so long as you're sure.
I'm sure. I've got plenty of things around here, and if I need to, I've got a backhand made of, well, I'm not going to say what it's made of, but it's pretty hefty when you get smacked in the face. I mean, Mac probably knows.
Okay, so for the purposes
Who's
of
this Mac you speak of?
For the purposes of trading, then I say we take 50 cabric each, and we'll leave the rest under guard with you, Helena, if you're happy with that.
I've got it. The only people going to get back in the ship are you guys, so I'll make sure of that.
Cool.
Excellent.
Alright. Well, good luck. You guys contact me.
Preferably not at all.
Preferably not at all, but take care.
Any final details that you...
I think I've given you everything. When we're on the
Okay.
planet, you know who you're looking for. So I think once you find the Bluewood traders, we're probably going to be alright to find whoever this Robin is afterwards. So, alright.
Before I gingerly go into your shared quarters and like pick up a bag, I think is probably Keith's. Like, and just put the stuff I'm taking with me in it, because I didn't bring a rucksack.
She probably would have given you a bag to carry.
Yeah,
this
but I'm
crap.
taking Keith's bag.
Ah.
It probably has like a stencil on it. I picture Keith as the kind of guy who has a stencil so he can remember which bag's his.
Alright, yeah, okay. You find this kind of khaki looking coloured canvas bag, and it's got like Keith written on the side of it. Something like that.
Yeah.
My name is Keith. Ask me how. With like stenciled on the side of it. Like, ironically.
Astrophysicist.
Yeah, as a visitor. Yeah.
I'm just going to
I'm so far out. I'm an astrophysicist.
Yeah.
I'm just going to surreptitiously going to look around when he's back outside, and just going to remind you, my darling, that that was an anniversary present, and if you should happen to lose it, or if it should come to any harm, let's just say there will be some marital consequences.
I take your point.
I think the point is to ignore the point. Yeah, let's do it.
Totally.
Don't worry, it's Keith's problem.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
And like shuts the ship up and
Yeah.
with a nod of encouragement to Mac just to continually wind up this car. Yeah, she looks at any heel that locks and everything go into place.
Oh, just before we go, I have to take my goddamn ponytail out.
He's been growing this ponytail for a while. He clearly hasn't grown long enough to do this kind of crap. He probably normally just leaves it down.
Yeah, I don't know that.
You
I have
can,
no
you
idea.
can redress Keith however you wish.
If you turn it into a man bun, I'm going to cut it off with a combat knife.
What?
If you put your hair up in a man bun, I'm going to cut it off. Other than that,
If I found myself with a man bun, I'd do it myself.
oh, it's
From
so
the
nice.
background, you almost hear, "But you still have a ponytail, you yuppie."
It's so nice that we're on the same wavelength after all these
so-
years of marriage, darling.
I know, it's a blessing.
Right,
Oh,
you
yes.
guys are headed towards the city. I need you all. No, one of you roll a perception check for me because fuck everyone.
That's not good.
What did you get?
6.
You can re-roll. I think you have a legendary point.
Okay, I shall do that.
You have a single legendary
When the
point.
DM says you may want to re-roll,
You know,
That's
I'm
when you know
sorry,
you're in
Roll.
the
I'm
shit.
just reminding you that you have a legendary point. One
Had a legendary point.
legendary point.
it's better. It's a better roll.
You got a 2,
Let's
didn't
just
you?
go with that.
You got a 2, didn't you?
No, it's a better roll.
Oh, okay. Alright, what did you get then?
By 1 point.
So you got 7?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so you can from the distance, like around these trees, you can tell that there is something clearly sentiently made. And you assume from what you've learned from Omelette that that's probably the city that you need, the entrance to the city that you're heading for. And as you follow this marker, which you've struggled to see, and as soon as you point it out, everyone's like, yeah, that's probably where it is. There's nothing else obvious in range, but you almost missed it. Good job. You make your way around these trees and you can see the entrance far off, and you can see lots of figures moving, and there's lots of clearly Irilisk of various different sizes and shapes and various different colours and such like. And from a distance, this is what you guys see as you approach this this monumental building, and it is essentially a very, very big building. It's been constructed out of like the same like resin carapace type stuff that they use to prepare and create their own armour, and it's very ornately made. So there's lots of spires and twirls, and there's like lots of like webbing and the such like on it, and it's generally a nice looking building, and it is ginormous. There is a deep movement outside, but you know you learn to ignore that and you move on with the stream. What the fuck is going on out there? Weird. And there's lots and lots of areas moving around. It's very well lit. I mean, you're probably coming to the point where the sun is about to set on this planet, but you know it's well lit. You can see like the different like globes and etc. that are around, and you can see that coming up to the entrance. The entrance is ginormous. You could probably fit like 20 people wide and about 15 people high. This is huge. And walking in, you feel almost dwarfed by the enormity of this place. Yeah, and when you walk into like the entrance of this place, no one seems to be guarding anything. No one seems to be like getting in the way. There are lots of Irilisk and they're moving around and chatting and stuff. And you can see that there are clearly like lots of different stalls here. Some selling food, some selling like materials, some like with clearly security guards type Irilisk, where they're selling like weapons and armor and the such like. And you can on occasion see a couple of humans moving around. They're like here, there, and everywhere. And on the very rare occasion, you probably only see about 2 Gendal. You do not see a single Nitu here. This is as you are approaching the city. You're basically at the gate part of the city before the city proper.
Oh, Kerno's going to stick out like a sword.
as we go in there, I'm going to keep a reasonable distance away from Kerno, just
Okay.
to kind of like, so I'm not drawing too many stares. Are there any other Gendal around, or
You probably see like 1 or 2 in passing.
I'm going to assume that I'm going to like put on the same coloration as like the Irilisk around me, just to kind of blend in a bit more.
The Irilisk are a lot of different colours. Quite a lot of earthy, muddy colours like yellows and browns, and you see the occasional red of a very big Irilisk guard. You've seen an Irilisk like Queen Guard before, and you can see that they're very rare, but you do occasionally see them, and some of them are definitely guarding the more valuable wares. But yeah, there's lots of different colours. You see like the occasional blue, like kind of lightish blue one, which you're kind of not really sure of their purpose within the hive, but you know you see lots of these different colours
I'll
going
assume
around.
like a brownish kind of muddy colour, like camouflage kind of thing,
in.
just to kind of.
Most of the other Irilisk are doing something fairly similar. The one that really sticks in your mind, he was wearing bright purple and just didn't give a fuck. So he was like, I'm purple, screw you, blah 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 blah. So what do you guys want to do? This is a very big bustling city.
Just walk up to the gates.
I'm good. We're already kind of walk through them.
Yeah, you're basically at the gate section. I just wanted to give you what you saw.
I walk through the gates.
I was going to go and see if I could find some interesting traders.
As you walk through the gate, you see a couple of Irilisk like moving, like the crowd seems to part around you, and occasionally, like at one point, like this very big Irilis comes and squares off near you and just watches you go by, and you get this awful feeling like this giant Irilis is kind of following you through the city, and as you do that, you kind of feel like more and more eyes are specifically watching you. So, what is it that you were doing?
Looking for human traders.
Okay. There were like 1 or 2 of them around, and yeah, you could probably spot them and find them fairly easily. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to go over to them and just start discussing the trade, basically. I'm going to try and sound them out and see if they're the kind of people who would buy illegitimate goods or not.
Okay.
I'm not going to actually go for the whole role-playing thing.
Are you just going to go like, I'm going to find the nearest trader and run up to him? Are you looking for a particular looking type? Or
yeah, I'm looking for, in my experience, the kind of people who would be more looking.
The guys that are more on the
kind
on
who
the
are
corner.
avoiding attention, kind of like the guys who kind of stand around with like a long jacket on, being like, yeah, what do you need?
Yeah, more like the Del Boy type guy.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Guys
the
who
people.
aren't standing next to security guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The
Okay,
illegitimate looking traders.
In that case, if you share that information, I will allow you all to make perception checks.
Come on, Del Boy. Crit.
Holy shit.
Sweet.
When I'm looking for a dodgy dude, I can find one.
I'm too distracted by all the eyes looking at me.
Yeah, you have this
I've
like.
got 5.
If you had hair on the back of your neck, which you don't because you're covered in scales, you would feel
Well,
the
my
hair on the back of
scales
your
are on
neck.
end.
Your scales are tingling.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
10.
10?
3.
3. Okay. And you got that naffle enough to worry about.
I don't think I'm tall enough to look over the crowd from my position.
You're probably not. You're too busy. Like you actually also feel this like almost menacing presence within the Irlisk that you are moving around with a need to, and you become really distracted by this. It's like you love chaos, but this is menace. This is like unending evil. This isn't chaos. Fuck this. This isn't right. And they are definitely honing in on your group. You are pretty sure of that. So you don't see anyone of note. You two, and you especially, because like, hey, it's a dude.
He looks shifty.
He looks pretty shifty, or you know, maybe he's interested, maybe he's not. Oh no, I'm gonna go find out. You guys like meander your way towards this guy, and he's not exactly wearing a trench coat. He's oh, I don't know, what do we want to do with this guy? So he's a particularly tall guy, and he's not toned, he's not muscled at all. He's almost like a guy who's gone to seed a little bit, but not like massively, just a little bit. He's edging into being podgy. He used to be built at one point, but he clearly isn't now. And he's beginning to bald on top a little bit, I guess. And he's got this like moustache, and it's big and twirly. He looks like over the top.
I suppose it'd be too much to hope that Robin Red
I think
would be...
I know the kind of guy you're talking about.
He's got a bit of a beard at the bottom there, but not the whole way, and you know, he's slightly ginger in colour.
Oh, I suppose it'd be too much to hope that Robin Red would be wandering around the place with a nice bright red waistcoat as a subtle hint for us to find him, wouldn't
I'm
it?
afraid, on your perception of 10, you don't spot Robin Red wearing a big t-shirt that says, "I'm Robin Red, ask me how."
Well, it's always worth a shot.
Damn it, if only I had something to drink, I would just offer him a drink. Are you thirsty? But no. Can't.
No, I'm thirsty. Oh.
That's so good.
I am thirsty. Grimmy, could you pass me another drink, please?
Yeah, speaking
We've
of
got
being
new
nasty
monsters.
as well. Okay, so yeah, you meander up to this guy, and this is what he looks like.
I'm
He's
gonna wave.
gorgeous.
I'm just gonna wave my claws at him.
I'm going to kind of whisper in your ear about, did you want to check out some of the other stores where you're kind of drawing eyes?
I'm just gonna walk off.
Are you going with him?
No, I meant like why we talk to this dude. Like if you're talking to a shifty dude, you don't really want the entire population
Okay,
going
so-
at you.
Okay, so you're meandering off.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it really safe to let him go off on his own? Most of these people look like they would quite happily drag him away to a nice shadowy corner and...
Fine, I'll go with him.
Like, we are in a large hall. We can probably keep
Fine,
an eye on
dear.
him.
You go and talk to the ice man.
Well, you know, things aren't politically stable between those two races at the moment. I don't think we really want to be down a navigation officer.
You two are off meandering, and you two are dealing with the dude.
Yes.
Alright, let's do with the dude first.
Okay, so I'm gonna introduce him. Hi.
Had such lovely
Hello.
calves.
Wow. You think so much of yourself.
The only thing I think to say about it is his legs.
You're a leg man. No.
Not a moustache person.
The rest of him just sounded a bit. Meh.
Yeah.
It's a bit normal. I could wake up any day and see that.
By looking in the mirror.
Yeah. What do you want?
Well,
You can see that he's looking and scanning the crowd. He's not actually paying direct attention to either of you.
yeah. He's like, well, I happen to be a trader, and I thought maybe we could do some deals.
What sort of thing are you after? I mean, I deal in very particular things.
Well, maybe I've got something that could be of interest to you, and I'm gonna stick on one of my samples.
Are you doing it obviously, or
No,
are you
very
trying to hide
light.
it?
Yeah, I'm good.
And you just make some sort of stealthy check.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my character sheet is that side of the table,
I
so
can
I
use
don't
my
really have
legendary
now.
point.
That's your
Point
only
check.
legendary point is gone.
Check.
9.
A 9. I'm going to say there's lots of people meandering around, and he clearly knows what you're doing. He sort of like shuffles in and around, and he puts his arm around Cara and pulls her in a little bit so that he can hide what you're passing over. And he has a look at it and it's like, wow, I don't deal in singles.
Well, no, this is a sample. We have a large quantity of this.
Yeah, he gives it back to you and takes his arm away from Cara. So, what could you mean by large sample?
Well, we've got about.
Imagine a crate, say, the size of your trader's stall, and then maybe
So-
add a few inches.
Everyone loves a few inches more, but you know,
I'd
it's not
also
exactly one that can deal with ear on the street. You need to talk to the right people, grease the right palms.
of course.
Can't just do this here on the street. There's certain rules you've got to do, right?
Well, if you feel like closing up the store for half an hour, perhaps we could.
No, I ain't closing this up for nothing, sweetie.
Well, perhaps
how
there's
serious
someone
are you? How
else
much-
around.
Have you definitely got more on you? How do I know you're not waiting for the higher ups?
Do you really think the higher ups could lay their hands on material like this?
Well, I'm not going to praise this kind of stuff. It's not really what floats my boat. I mean, not something I'm really interested in, but you definitely got more.
Oh yes. And, just for the sake of clarity, I'd like to point out that my crewmate here doesn't star in any of them personally.
I'm gonna judge, ain't gonna judge. House of Lady Favours, House of, whatever the hell you are. Gendel, all this. Who you are? Gendel? Gendels?
Gendal.
Gendel. Okay, alright, fair enough. Well, I guess it can be arranged, but I mean, right palms have got to be greased, Got to make sure that certain people get certain cut before they can let you know where you can deal in something of this like bulk.
Well, perhaps
Stuff.
if we can't go for a drink now to discuss it, you'd be open to the idea of arranging a rendezvous later where you could perhaps
Well-
point us in the direction of these palms.
Well, I can say that there's a couple of palms here. I can definitely say that you could pre-order the drinks. I'll make sure that they get to the right people. I mean, whether you turn up or not, it's entirely up to you. But certain palms.
And how
Certain
much
people.
are your palms worth?
Don't know how much. Good commission on what you got. How much do you think you got?
Yeah, we've got a reasonable quantity of merchandise, so
How about you stick a number on it for me?
it'll be.
You're the appraiser. I shall.
I keep on debating whether how much to tell him it is, because on one hand I'm considering overselling it, but then also I don't want to give him a higher commission. I also don't really want to undersell it.
That leaves you at giving him the value, my love.
Yeah, I know.
You've ruled out option A and option B. That
Alright,
might be
yeah, I'll
two
give him the value.
extremes.
So
Give
you.
him a percentage.
I would say overvalue it slightly, and then.
Yeah,
How about you don't lie? How about you just tell me what it's worth?
2.5k.
2.5. Oh, I reckon about 20% is reasonable.
Yeah, well, if you can arrange for us to have the meeting with someone, we'll certainly make
Oh, I
sure
can
you-
definitely give you the location. I can even give you what you need to talk to the right people. Exactly. But, information comes at cost, and so does the token I'm going to have to give you. So It's not like it grows on trees. He has a bit of a chuckle. You don't quite get it.
Well, how about we leave a small deposit with you now?
Well, see, the small deposit will only get you so far. I mean, you want to make sure that both palms are pretty well greased. You've got to make sure you pay everything. So I reckon it's about 20%.
Yeah, but we haven't made the sale yet.
That's what you're pitching. If you're not going to sell, you might as well fuck off and get out of my way. I've got some legit business to get on with you. You're wasting my time.
I wouldn't say
I'll tell
we're
you
wasting your time. Perhaps
I'll give you a few minutes to consider between yourself, but that's my offer for what I think I can do for you. I mean, information, people, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. So, and I know people, so go away and discuss it and come back. And he sort of leans back and he returns to looking at the crowd. He's completely ignoring you both.
Okay.
Speaking of people who he knows, perhaps now would be a good time to drop the name that we're looking for. Tell him that we've heard that Robin Red can get us a better price, or get us the best price. Might be a way to either rule him out or at least get pointed in the right direction.
Good, so we want to trade with him. We heard he's got a good rep or something.
Yeah, I would.
We've just gone away to a corner
That's
somewhere
fine.
discussing
Yeah.
this.
While you two are discussing this, I'm going to switch back to these two. So as you are walking further along the street, so are you going directly away? Are you trying to find someone to talk to? Are you looking for a local bar? Are you trying to check out the local dudes? I mean, are you trying to check out the local earlist? I don't really know. What are you guys up to?
To be fair, cruising for talent on a planet of asexual beings doesn't seem like it's really going to work out very far.
Not massively, but it may be your thing. I'm not going to judge.
Guessing Kerno's looking for a place that sells cheap maids' outfits.
Entirely up to you guys. I don't know what you want to do.
To be fair, I'm just guiding him away from large red things. No, we're being distracting in different directions.
To take the perception check for me. In fact, you take one as well. You're both probably going to be aware of what the fuck is going on right now. Wow.
9.
He wishes Ensis was here right now. Got a 9.
9.
6.
Wow. So far as you two are concerned, you think people are following you? That it may just be like paranoia, you're pretty sure. But you're not convinced. You're not convinced these Irilisk are actually watching this one Nitu. I mean, out of a planet of, like, you reckon probably billions on there, they're looking at one Nitu. I mean, how full of himself do you think he really is? I mean, you're arrogant, but jeez. You're definitely sure someone's following you, and you're pretty sure it's not just a single Irilisk, it's a big bunch of them. You're not talking about the little artisan type ones. You're probably talking ones that are definitely guards, and they've definitely got some really sharp pincers, and you can almost hear as they're sharpening them, and they definitely seem to be following you. Where are you guys headed?
Is there any clothing shops around?
Yes, yeah, you can go past a couple of. I might say these ones are definitely within an area. It's run by a friendly Gendal, and there's like human attire. There's like the very few Gendal attire if they ever bother to wear anything. But this is mostly geared towards the humans on this planet.
Okay. Just gonna pop in and browse anyway.
The Gendal kind of like floats over, and it's like a pale pastel-y. Yeah, it's a pastel-y purple right now, and it kind of like bobs along, and he goes like, "Hello, nice to greet you. What can I get you, gentle beings? It's not often that we see one of your race here. I don't wish to be rude. I'm awfully sorry."
Yes, we just popped down for a little visit.
Oh well, it's quite dangerous for your sort here. No offence. Do you wish for new attire? I mean, you look. Well, I was going to say stunning, but I don't really know, so I could be lying. You look awful. I mean, but I don't know. I don't really know your species. So what can I get you all?
Have you got any suits?
A suit? I have human equivalent suits. They may fit you. It's probably a little short in the leg.
I have a little look still.
Okay. Anything
a bit
else?
narrow in the neck, aren't they?
Yes, they probably would be. Yes. But there are shirts, and we can open them up. It's not a problem. What about you, sir?
Got any hats? hats?
Any hats? You have you don't have a fine Stetson right now, do you? No, you don't.
I'm in the market. I'm in the market for a hat. Yes.
The humans call them Stetsons. I think they look wonderful on you, actually. Just give me a moment, and the Gandalf like bustles off and blah, 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 blah. I need you both to take perception checks.
8.
8.
I'm absorbed by hats.
Wow. Wow. Okay, this is going to be hilarious. So the Gandalf just like potters back in, and one of its tendrils is holding a little like a dark charcoal grey Stetson, and it's holding a suit which has like had the shoulders let out and stuff, and you're pretty sure you could wear it. I mean, a bit of a hatch job, but you could probably put it on. And it saunters over and like bubbles its way over, and it places the hat upon your head. It's like, oh well, gentle being, it looks most wonderful on you. Again, I can't really be sure, but I think it looks wonderful on you. And it holds up the suit and it gives it to you. It's like, awfully sorry. And you can see that it is kind of floating backwards. Like, awfully sorry. I'm gonna be in the back, and it kind of like and scoops off the back like really really fast. You can like some of its back tendrils like blah blah blah, blah as it's floating away.
I take this opportunity to like step into like I assume there's like a little changing room or a mirror somewhere.
Yes, there's a changing room with a mirror.
Excellent. I step into the changing room, like draw the curtain across.
You're holding a suit. What are you doing?
I'll turn around to see what the problem is.
As you turn around, you can see a dark brown Iralisk, and his like forearms are very sharp. You're pretty convinced this is the one that's been following you since you've entered the city. And it kind of like it towers. No, I'd probably say it kind of like looks you in the eye, and it kind of like and directly spits in your face.
I'm not gonna like that too much.
What do you do?
I don't know much about your culture. You could
throw
do
the suit
intel.
over his head
Okay. Yep.
and shoot him in the head.
Wow. Okay. Okay. As you throw this thing over and you go to pull your gun, just before you manage to fire a shot, its arm flings out. I mean, it flings out. It's trying to throw things, but most of its arms are like doing this now, and one of them is going to go basically directly for your stomach. Wow. Let's go into battle mode, shall we, boys? This is
I die trying to buy a suit.
awful.
I survived trying on a hat.
Scale, boys. It's all about the scale. Okay.
Perhaps you should have gone shopping for some luckier polyhedral fortune tellers before you went
let's
clothes
go into
shopping.
straight battle mode here. This is hilarious. We'll go with clenched teeth. 'cause
Before he said
it's
clothing, I was
fun.
going to go. We're going to go and buy a fuel cell and tell everyone we're leaving.
Wow. Okay. It swings at your stomach, but you kind of like and dodge back at just the right moment. It kind of like if you were wearing a suit, it would have cut your suit, but you're wearing like your standard bullcrap stuff, and you just like dodge backwards and you now get an opportunity to fight. It's your ex suit, if it was going to be your suit, has now been flung off and it's staring at you in the face, and it's kind of it's clearly going into battle mode. It's like clenched down. It's on 4 of its like kind of various pincers, and it's kind of looking at you, swinging its arms.
14 attack.
Wow. Okay. You are close range, so yeah, you paff it. You don't get it in the head. It kind of like turns itself, and you clip it in the shoulder, and you hear ting ting. So what's your damage? You've now heard the shot fired. Everyone can hear the shot fired.
10.
It's not a silent
A
gun,
10.
is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. His other gun is silenced. Okay. Okay, so you ting it in the shoulder, and you see some of its carapace like and fling off, and you can see some of like the squidgy flesh underneath. You've definitely scored a shot on it, and it kind of like roars out. Rah! You hear this? What are you doing?
Cowering.
You can cower. It's an option.
I'm actually going to limber up Dorothy and just like take a peek out with my rifle up.
You're gonna pull up Dorothy out and use her to open the curtain a little bit. Right, you have a mostly clear shot. I mean, the Nita in front of you is blocking a good portion of it, but you're Mac. Why the fuck do you give about people being annoying?
Yeah.
You
I better
give
know
you a
this
dime
guy.
and you could fire.
I barely know this guy. I wasn't told he was important.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to attempt to shoot out one of the limbs that's supporting it on the ground because it's obviously just lunged forward.
Yeah, it's lunged forward, so it's on 4. It's leaning
Yeah.
on the front 2 more than anything else.
I'm
Okay, yeah,
going to
go
shoot
for
the
it.
closest front leg
Okay.
on the assumption that it's probably leaning on it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do so legendarily
Oh,
because I've been
beautiful.
botching too often.
Beautiful. Although your legendary botch is going to be bad.
Yes. For God's sake, Jesus. Yeah, it's a 12, but it's a modified 12. It's a total of 12.
Wow, you must have rolled poor.
2.
Wow.
2 indeed.
Wow, a 12. Yeah, you know, it's not the perfect position. You don't have quite the right leaning post on it, but you do manage to path it square in the leg. So yeah, take a shot.
Excellent.
Make it a good one.
Let's hope so. 15.
Holy shit. You fire this shot and you take it square in like one of the segmented joints and you just blow it apart and it falls down on one end, just collapses to the floor. It's now face down. Oh shit, mine.
Yes. At this point, I take the opportunity to shout, "Run, you dozy bastard!"
Are you running also?
No.
Are you in the process of running, or are you just going to yell
I'm just poking a rifle barrel out behind the curtain. I'm going to see what he does first.
Alright, so
don't know this
before
guy.
anything else happens, you guys are finishing up your discussion about what it is that you're about to speak to this guy about, and you just suddenly hear this path! And these Irrelists en masse, he's running away from the upper end of the street, and you see one or two of the larger Irrelists running towards the sound, and the man looks like, well, fuck me, I'm out of here, and he turns around and he begins to pack up some of the more important stuff, and that's what he's doing at this particular moment. What are you two doing?
I'm going to, before he goes, I'm going to go and slip my 50 cal brick to him and be like, sort out the meeting, and we'll see you there.
50, mate, 250, one fucking fire.
You'll get the rest there, or we can make a big scene in front of the guards. It's your choice.
We don't really have the time to
I'll tell you
arrange
what,
anything.
I'll take your 50, thank you very much. And he takes it and he bolts.
Okay.
So, you've paid off the guy 50 calbrick.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna...
He's a menace! There's a Nazi with a gun! And they just run off.
Oh.
You hear this loud, eminent sound. The sound echoes down NATO! These things are running.
Well, our
This is
chance
so
of
sorry.
doing this undercover and stealthily has just gone completely out of the window.
I would point out
And-
that only he has so far been notified.
What are you? You're currently doing your thing, so you're not conversating at the moment. So what is Kara doing?
I'm trying to decide whether or not it's better to go to the aid of my shipmate. But there's kind of a gut instinct telling me that actually the best thing to do right now, since the whole plan's gone completely to shit, is going to be to, as stealthily as I can, tail this man that is
Take
about
a
to make a
perception
run
check.
for it.
If you want to follow him, take a perception check.
Botch.
You have a legendary point. You
I
can
do have
reroll.
another legendary
Because
point.
you're human, it's your last one.
Oh shit.
Botch!
Legendary.
Oh no!
Wow. You find you run out of the city. You're following this person, and he's for a guy you thought was a bit out of shape. He's running a lot faster than you give him credit for.
Can I go with her?
Yes, you can. You can run with her. What are you rolling?
What?
You just rolled.
go
You
with
tell me
her?
what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I was following with her, so I guess it'd be a perception check to keep my eyes on this guy.
Yeah.
So that would be a 10.
A 10. Is that, yeah, if you're going to roll, just tell me what you're rolling for. Don't just
Yeah.
roll. Or what are you going to roll? Oh, I rolled nothing because I rolled a botch like that. How long have you been playing these games? You got a 10. I'm going to say combined with a double legendary botch. You guys see
We're
this
so
guy.
screwed.
You
I
aren't
get
100%
distracted trying to redirect her.
sure that you're not 100% sure. You are damn sure you're following him. You're following this guy. He's slightly balding in the back. He's for a guy who you thought was a bit out of shape. He's running really friggin' fast. And he's definitely holding something in one of his hands. You're pretty sure it's the cowbrick and this collection of stuff. And you follow him out of the city. And that's where I'm going to leave you guys for a moment. You two, back in the shop. The Earlisk is thrashing on the ground. It's getting back to its feet. What do you do?
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay. You're not going to run, you dozy fuck, as quoted earlier?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
And I've botched.
Oh god. Right. So you pull up, you path, and you aim to shoot, and the gun backfires in your hand. So you take the shot. Poof! Oh mother! You drop the gun, and you take. Yeah. You take 8 points of damage.
Is that just to the hand, or does the gun also go off as it hits the floor and shoot him in the foot?
No, as funny as that would be, I can't actually kill Mac off just yet. He's
Mac.
Oh yeah, well in that
I'm
case,
involved in the same fight.
fuck
but
Keith.
you-
Damn.
Take a reflex save.
I'm actually good at that. Alright. I'm going to fail anyway. But,
Yeah, it's botch. Oh.
12.
So yeah, you take 12 points of damage to the hand. You've basically blown out most of your fingers on whichever is your dominant hand.
Right.
Right. Okay. You drop the gun thing, and as the gun hits the ground, it falls down on like one of the limbs, and the limbs is like, "Argh," and it catches it just on the trigger, and you see this almost in slow motion, like, fuck me, and you dive into the wall, knocking the wall down, and the shot goes off like just inches from where your head was. What are you doing? You're now on the floor.
Well, having knocked down a shitty partition wall and I'm laying in plain sight. Oh
Yes,
god!
you are. The curtains are falling down around you. I'm not going to say you're entangled because that would be a little harsh. And you didn't botch.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to. I'm going to sling Dorothy back onto her back, run off, grab this dozy bastard, and try and vanish through the back of the shop.
Okay, are you attempting to resist this?
No, I
this
won't
being pulled?
resist.
Alright, okay. You basically get back to you kind of like do that jumping into the shoulder. You don't actually land. You manage to catch yourself just enough, pull yourself up. The curtains go flying over. You reach forward. You grab this idiot by the back of his shoulder, and you wrench him forward like a puppy being carried by its mother. And you belt it out the back. Out the back, you can see there's this Gendal, and it's kind of floating backwards and forwards around the back of its shop. Like, oh dear, this isn't great. Oh no. Please leave.
We're trying.
Leave that way. Please never come back unless you have money. And you guys belt it up the street. Are you
I drop
belting
her
it?
10 cowbacks.
Yes, you run. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's free. Thank you. You can come again. You looked awful, by the way. And she kind of goes, this skin doll just gives you a bit of a wave. Of course, I wouldn't know. Are you belting it towards the entrance, or are you belting it further away into the city?
Oh, we're belting towards the entrance. We are leaving.
Okay,
We are
excellent. You
leaving.
belt your way through, running as fast as you can. I need you both to take endurance physical checks for me because there is cries of "me too" and much shouting and hating, and there's much clicking.
13.
13, my god.
What am I doing? I don't know.
Endurance
I
physical.
rolled a 2.
Oh
God.
Are we doing saves here?
Yes.
Fine.
So
Did you remember to add your +2 to one of your stats? Your mental or your physical one? I don't remember if we did it.
Yeah, it's a mental.
Yes, we
Okay,
did.
it's a mental. So what did you get?
5 in total.
Oh, okay. So as you're running through, you clearly just belt it. You're like, well, fuck this. Brrr. You become distinctly aware that the Ninja behind you is definitely falling behind.
However, I have activated coward speed.
You use your bonus action to dodge. You run. You're running. You leaving the Ninja behind. You are seeing this human wearing the guise of like your friend. Oh my gosh, what a dick, Keith. Oh wait, no, it's not Keith. And you start like belting like behind him, and you just can't seem to get past all these ears because you seem to be banding together. And some of them, you begin to hear like these like. And some of them are pointing at you, and like some of these bigger guards are coming at and towards you, and some of them are like grappling you around the waist. So you and I are going to make an opposed grapple check. You can use dexterity or you can use strength.
Dex.
Okey
Oh, fuck off.
What did you get?
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
So what was your total?
The dice say no, Jay. They say no.
It's grapple.
Grapple check. It's a 5 in total.
Well, I rolled a 2 with a +2 to grapple, so you managed to dodge your way out of these Irilis who are like pounding their way upon you, and you managed to dodge and slip your way through. Take another physical endurance check for me, and so do you. And so do you two.
Me too, that's extra bonus for.
Yes, that's what you included. Yeah, so everyone take physical endurance if you're running.
Oh, well, I'm sure running after this dude.
What do you get? You got a crit.
Yeah.
You got a crit.
Oh, now I'm puffed out.
What did you get?
Now I got a 5.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so you begin to bout your way like, oh, man, maybe I actually am a bit unfit. Jesus. Need to
Right, it's Keith's clothes. They don't breathe. They're not natural fibres.
Past him.
That's amazing. As you like,
These
mutter something
uncomfortable
about,
boots and unnatural fibres.
like you begin to like
quality
curse
polyester.
Helena's name for giving you shitty boots, and as you like curse, like fuck's sake, Helena, you see this like knee to like, like butt out of hell. This thing's gone.
Fuck's that?
Okay, so we're gonna switch back to the 2 people chasing down the dude. Alright, you guys 2 need to make physical endurance for me, please. In fact, no, just straight endurance checks. You're running after the guy.
Yeah, I
I
rolled a
got
1,
4.
which gives me a grand total of, I think, 1.
Wow.
Actually, I have
One.
No, it
nothing.
can't be. It's endurance.
I have
Endurance
nothing
can't be
under
zero.
endurance.
Your
So
endurance can't be 0.
my endurance is 2.
There you go. So if you're on 1, that means you have 3. I want just a straight endurance roll. You're trying to chase after this dude.
Actually, I can put 2 into something, can't I? So I can put 2 into physical.
Not 1 and 1 if you want.
You want 1, yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
Besides, it's not a physical check; it's just endurance.
Oh, okay,
Don't
I
ask
thought it was
for
endurance. Okay. In that case, I got like a 3.
Yeah, 3.
Got it.
4.
Wow. You guys chase after this dude, but he's gone, man. That dude's run off with your money like a boss. He's running like he stole it.
If only we could roll something above a 4 on a dice roll. Literally, that was just like the greatest run of absolutely cockerel rolling
you
I've
two have
ever seen.
essentially lost this guy as this Ninja comes tearing up to you and sort of skids to a halt. You guys are pretty far out of the city now, and you see Mac like huffing and puffing like like an old man who's forgotten his asthma inhaler or something.
You just see me walking
Catches
along
up.
at a dignified pace with my boots in my hands.
Perfect. You guys have all now met up.
Right. You need to go back to the ship.
It's not us, it's the muscle wastage from, before Helena fixed up the ship's artificial gravity systems.
Damn moon!
Yes,
Too
it's-
much gravity.
It's not us being out of shape at all, it's an environmental thing.
Yeah. Out of shape, me? No.
What are you guys gonna do now?
I feel a bit unwell. I'm just going to have a lie down.
Wow! You guys notice that Kerno's right hand has basically been blown apart. He's got no fingers left.
I hope Helena has a spare hand.
Shit.
I
Ow.
think it's
And you've lost
probably
your gun, FYI. No one picked it up.
I
You
think
grabbed
it's
his gun.
probably best at this moment, let's face it, let's just slink quietly back to the pig before anything else goes wrong and
And I have a plan.
regroup.
I have a plan. Why don't we just fly dark to another entrance of the city?
Well, I want to meet this guy again tomorrow because we didn't get involved in this thing that you guys got involved in.
You can meet him again tomorrow if you want.
Yeah?
It's worth a try.
Assuming he sets up in the same place as the people who just chased him.
Well, they weren't chasing him anyway, he was just getting out of the way.
What are you guys doing right this second?
Heading back to the pig.
You're heading back to
Let's
the pig.
get
Alright.
Kerno back
You
to the pig.
arrive back at the pig, and Helena essentially will be seeing you coming, and as soon as you get like a few steps, we have to call out to her. The door opens up, and she comes up with a hearty smile, like, "Hey, so how'd it go?" Oh crap! And she grabs over and grabs your wrist, and like, I'm not actually a doctor. I don't really know how to fix this. I can see the ends. I can try to stop the bleeding.
Does
She's still
anyone
holding
have
onto
any
the dam.
sandalwood?
Why sandalwood?
Mac, I love you very, very much, but now is not the time for male aphrodisiac. I'm just saying it.
We don't know how it works and we don't want to find out.
You want to find out? Seriously, you've got... Oh, okay, whatever. Who am I to judge? And she brings you back inside and she begins to like patch your wounds the best that she can. She's not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination, but she can at least stop the bleeding and help you guys set up. So, how did it actually go other than the missing hand? Did you
So
get
there's
something
only
for
one.
this?
There's only one medic here.
He wanted to use sandalwood. He's a moron.
Yes, I think anything that's going to make his pulse race and therefore increase the bleeding is a bad idea, Mac.
So,
You're not
So what
versed
did
in
you
how
get?
it works on
what did you get? Did you get anything?
We
Well-
might have made
Well, you got
contact
attacked.
with someone, but then I don't know. We heard this idiot's gun go off, and our potential
you-
contact has bolted
You
with 50 caliber.
contacts you've given him money, he's bolted, and you're telling me that you made a huge ass of yourselves. You got yourself seen.
We didn't.
One of us did.
But I think our initial theory about Kerno's slight species unrest with the population of the planet was probably a gross underestimation.
Great.
He seemed a bit pissed off from me.
Well, no offence, you are Me Too. People
Stay
don't
on the
really
ship
like
next
Me Too
time.
right now. Oh, for fuck's sake.
On the plus side, our contact does not know that we have anything to do with the Nitu, and we weren't with him at the time.
Who made the contact?
Us two.
We did.
Then you need to find him. We
Wait.
can't lose this lead. I mean, he's run off with your money. I mean, we don't have more money. We don't have a lot of money. But I don't have any money. That's not true. 50 hour work.
Well, we'll go back there tomorrow. And
He
then what,
said,
he'll
he
look
said
through
a
how much
couple
day.
of hours. I reckon that's all we need for things to cool down. It's not as if anyone saw us with Kerno, and once things are a bit quieter, I think we'll be safe to head back and start looking for him.
Well,
True.
how long did it take for you to get here? I mean, how long's the trip? You know, it's roughly about an hour, give or take.
Yeah, I would say we rest for an hour and then start heading back.
Can do. It's evening at the moment, so it's probably getting on towards
I think
night
you need
now.
to take Mac with you. You need backup.
Yeah.
You can't just go alone. You need someone to keep an eye on the crowd. We need to sort your hand out.
Don't
Think
suppose you
I'll
have a
stay
spare,
here.
do you?
This is it. Got the one.
I think I'll
Just
stay
one,
here
eh?
for a bit.
That's the one. Yeah, I need to patch you up. Fuck. Okay, well, rest, do what you need to, and then get out of here. You need to take a point of suffering, because you've blown your hand off. You are going to find it exceptionally difficult, nigh on impossible, to use two-handed guns right now, and one-handed guns is always going to be a bit of an issue.
In the hour of rest before we go back, can I
Yeah.
attempt to reduce my suffering slightly?
No, because
Damn.
one, you got it from the lack of sleep, and two, to cure that. You probably should sleep, and also it's not really been like a day so much.
Okay.
It's only been an hour. Alright, so after an hour, you guys head straight back out again. Kerno, your hand is beginning to heal. Helena with her shitty medic, what ranking medic does she have?
0.
She has bugger all.
So I'm in fact twice
Yeah.
as good as you.
You are... Helena will not admit as such, especially not to you. Well, fuck me, she got a 10, so screw you guys. She's really not going to help. What was her actual medic skill?
5.
5.
5. Oh shit, we shot 15. You take 6 points of healing. So. Alright,
Because
but
it's
you are
not.
definitely in trouble. Alright, you guys go back to where you've seen this dodgy guy. I need you all to make perception checks for me.
Oh, God's sake.
Crit.
Holy shit.
I'm
Mac,
glad we brought you on.
like a
Like a
shark
sniper.
smelling blood. You're like, Old Spice? And you look over at the corner and there he is. He's a bit further down the road, but your keen sense is like, that's my guy.
Old Spice and moustache wax.
Yep.
I got 16.
He basically found him. You also found him fairly quickly. You were like, hey, it's pretty big in here.
Yeah,
you
but
guys saunter yourselves over. So who's in the chatting? Who's there? Who's on watch? Who's doing what?
Oh, you were chatting before
Who's
you
doing
he
did
hasn't
anymore.
seen Mac yet, so I'm gonna
I'm not
suggest.
going to go over there.
Alright,
No, I would
who's gonna keep
suggest
an
that
eye?
you keep a lookout and let
I'm
us.
gonna let you ride the crit for most of these checks. Alright, so you two. So the guy is standing there like, you expect you guys see you back? Oh, fuck, what's going on? Is there anything to do with you two?
No,
No.
God knows. Be
No
inconvenient.
idea.
Not technically a lie, so I'm not gonna call you on it.
So, any luck greasing those palms in the confusion?
Well, about a quarter of a palm got foamed, but yeah, the rest of it can be pretty easy once you get the first bit going.
Well, I'm just gonna lay it all out for you. We've heard that if we want the best price for our goods, then Robin Red is the man to talk to. So,
Who the fuck is Robin Red? I mean, if he's doing better deals than what we got,
oh, if you
I
think
can
you
welcome
can
go
out,
if you want. I mean, it won't be long before, you know, they would crush him. Whoever the fuck they are.
oh, if you think that you can outbid him and you've got the right backers, we're definitely interested.
Well, as I said, We're looking a bit light on the old grease department over here.
Yes.
It's all set up and ready to go. It won't take more than, say, 30 seconds. But I need to have the rest of it. Got to take a commission, you know. Boys got to live. Got mouths to feed. Mine.
Did anyone think to pick up any more cowbrick before we left the ship? Shifty eyes.
Cucumber. Giving this guy a huge amount of money before giving him the thing seems also
Yes,
a really
I
weird
agree.
way of doing business.
Just point out that commission is afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I did earlier.
Yes, he seems not to be taking that for an answer. Let's see if we can't come to some other arrangement.
Like what?
I'm going to attempt to convince him.
I let you have the credit of not being heard.
To be fair, I'm probably too far away to hear them anyway. I'm just like...
You could probably make out the most of it. He's not quiet, but well, I know he is fairly quiet. You probably make out most of it though. You're probably close enough.
We're going to need a little more information before we hand out any more grease.
Alright, seems fair to me. And he reaches inside one of his pockets and he pulls out this small token and he goes to give you a hug. And as he gives you a hug and then pulls away, he slips a small token into your hand.
Okay.
And the small token, when you look at it, is a small round token with the symbol of the Bluewood Traders on it. Except this is not painted blue. This is like natural wood. This is unpainted. See, I mean business. Question is, do you? That's useless on its own. Well, some say it was useless on its own. Probably worth 50k on its own. Just there. But I need the rest of it. I'm going to tell you where the fuck you need to be going.
I'm going to sort of casually sidle over to my companion and just sort of go to edge the token into his view.
That's
So
fine,
he
see.
has an idea of what we're dealing with.
Okay, that seems reasonable. So I think if we agree half the commission up front and then half after sale, normally all after sale, but you seem like a trustworthy guy, so we're willing to give you half up front.
I waited for you.
Yeah, alright. So
So, need the other 50.
So yeah, we've got the other 50 here, so
Yeah.
and that would be a bars check of 19.
Okay. You have a feeling that he's dropped one of the zeros off and changed the numbers. From what was originally 500, it seems that like 100 is definitely half of what you wanted. And he'll roll with that 19, yeah. So he'll take the 50.
Cool.
Seems fair. What? And he's like, throws out his arms like, well, it's nice to see you again, love. It's been a pleasure. And he gives you a hug and he whispers a set of numbers into your ears. And the numbers are completely arbitrary, but he gives you a place on the South Pole. Well, in the very southern hemisphere, and he just gives you a string of numbers. From what you basically roughly know about stuff, you figure it's in the south. He gives you a set of numbers. What you're looking for, he finally whispers, is you're looking for a tree of white in a bunch of blue trees. Can't miss it.
Okay.
Nice to see you. Well, I'm going to fuck off home to the missus and hopefully get something going. You know what I mean? Right. Seriously, fuck off. Get out of my way. He begins to pack up.
Head off back to the ship.
Yep. Mac noticed that the guards were kind of more intent and they were definitely watching you guys, but you didn't seem to be doing anything more, and they're fairly used to this guy just, shooting his mouth off, and they let it slide because they pay their taxes and no one questions. You guys make it back to the ship.
I won't actually intently pick up Mac, I'll just assume he'll start following us when we move back.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to give Mac a hug and pick him up, throw him over the shoulder. It'll be really difficult, you're kind of squidgy, but you could try it. Now you guys, you managed to make your way back to the ship. It's full on dark now. It's a little bit difficult initially to find the ship because it's so dark. But then like the hatch pops open and you see the light from a bit of a distance. You realise you're about to way past it and you come back in towards the light and back into the ship. What do you guys want to do?
As this,
No, you are basically patched up. You have a lot of pain, but it's not unbearable. It's not. You can get on with it.
as the string of numbers is completely arbitrary, I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to work out any kind of pattern or meaning to them.
You would know, I'll say arbitrary numbers, they would give you a location.
Coordinates.
They're
Location
coordinates.
coordinates.
Yes,
Brilliant.
but the numbers themselves are completely arbitrary. I
Right.
can be like 4, 5, 6, 7, but they mean nothing.
Is it like longitude?
Yeah, you get the numbers. Yeah.
chords,
You get some rough numbers.
Right, okay. Well, I think knowing that we have now a latitude and a longitude, we should probably go and check on our navigator.
So definitely got some ink.
Yes.
Know where we're going. Excellent. Okay. Well,
We have
kind of back up best we can. So let's go.
We have coordinates, and I don't know if it's a code or a password or just a hint, but he told us that we needed to look for a tree of white and a bunch of blue trees.
All right.
And this is the token that he gave us.
He
And
did.
I pulled the token out of my pocket to show Helena.
Wow, what kind of hellbilly bullcrap is that? Piece of actual wood.
Well,
This
the
coming
blue
from the
traders
man who.
ones are painted metal. Clearly means it's the. Hopefully the wood from the. Well, whatever call them blue wood. I mean, if it's in a blue wood. Well, let's go. Let's go. There's no point hanging about.
One other thing he did mention is that Robin Red was not on good terms with the traders.
I thought he said he'd never heard of him.
I thought he said he did say that, but then immediately afterwards he said he was about to be crushed by the Bluewood traders.
Take an intelligence check, both of you. In fact, you can all take an intelligence check.
11.
It's easier for those two because they were there.
13.
9.
You two are completely oblivious, like, yeah, he's totally right. When you say the words out loud, and once she gives you a strange look, it then clicks into place. He was all bravado. He was basically saying, well, if I've never heard of them, of course we're going to crush them. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Fair enough.
Sit by the nav and wait for orders.
So you guys going to get out, fly straight there?
Is it a good idea to fly in the dark?
Well,
I asked the pilots.
Exactly the same as them.
same as flying in space, right?
Well, you don't normally have to land in space.
There's less chance of being seen at night.
It's true. If you
And
think you
I
can
mean,
land
Well, the less time we spend doing this, better.
it. Okay.
I mean,
Did you
as
see
soon as
me?
we can get Mac back, the better. And as soon as I can get back to my place, less likely to notice that I'm gone.
And
Okay.
did you see me pull off our crash landing and convince our pursuers that actually the ship was about to blow up because we'd crashed so badly? If I can do that and I can dodge out of the way of an oncoming ship with the moment's notice, I think I can fly in the dark.
Okay then.
It's not as if space is hugely illuminated after all.
Take a navigation check for me and take a partisan check, please.
Should get a pair of punches.
7.
6.
We do well.
Wow.
I'm so strapping myself in.
You know that you originally put the numbers in and you're like, that doesn't look right. I'm going to double check the numbers because you remember putting in a 6 instead of a 9 before. Or maybe it was the other way around. In fact, you just don't remember. So you put them both in and one comes out like really far and up to the middle of like the planet around the equator. The other comes at the south, you know, on the south continent. You think that's probably more likely to be it. It takes you a while to redo this and you blame the dodginess of your hand and no one seems to, do it with the wrong hand. So yeah, you end up giving her the right coordinates. You got a 6. For Kara, this is really old hat. Why is it a 6 on a piloting? Isn't your piloting plus 8?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm adding the wrong modifier, so it's 10. Having a moment.
10 is a fairly easy task, like spotting a big box in a pile of little boxes. You manage to fly your way. You find the
That's
appropriate
better.
area to land, and you land down. And Helena kicks out the torches and gives them all to you guys, and comes out with you. And out there in front of you, you can indeed see a wood made of blue trees.
Excellent. Find the white tree in the dark. Amongst the blue trees.
Everyone take perception checks.
knew that was
Please
coming.
someone roll one for Helena.
Got 4 for me.
You got
I've got a crit for Helena.
Holy shit.
11.
You got 11.
13.
You got 13.
4.
You got 4. Jesus.
A 6 and a crit.
A 6 and a crit for Helena.
Mac's gone the wrong way.
As MacLeod begins to veer off to the left, you feel this mechanical hand clamp down on your shoulder, and she kind of gives you a wink and a
Nudge
nudge.
in the right direction.
Points off the right. She can see this really clearly. For
I'm
her.
like, sorry, I was refilling the clip of my rifle. Taking one bullet from one of the other clips and clipping it in. I'm not doing him too.
You are a total professional, my friends.
Yeah.
What would I do without you? Not me. Alright, it's there, and she points at like a navigation in the dark. You guys are like, what the fuck is she looking at? She can clearly see it, and it takes you guys a while. But as it comes into view, you can see this fucking huge white tree. It's ginormous. It has blue leaves on the top, fairly similar to a white barked tree with red leaves that you have come across before. Nobody else in this room has, but everyone else is like blue work with kind of whitish, greenish coloured leaves. This one is white with blue leaves. You come into this and you can clearly see that there's a rutai and there is a human at either side of a door which has been carved into this tree. This tree is ginormous. I cannot tell you. It's probably like the width of our house, the footprint of the home back there. What do you guys want to do? There is a rutai and a human. The human is female.
Go off the door.
The woman puts her hand out. It's like, whoa. Just let you know, we are armed. So, pay the G.
You got the token?
I will hand her the token.
Okay.
And introduce myself. And then I think it might be best if perhaps we go inside. A mutual acquaintance, shall we say, led us to believe that this would be a good spot to do some business with some discerning, like-minded people.
Well, this one comes from Billy, so Billy told us that you had a shipment of something very important, but don't need the niceties here. Says you got some of that nice Gendel porn stuff that some of my friends like. So
I'll not give the lady the
I'll give her one of the
sample.
samples. High quality sample.
So he said you had a really big shipment of this. You got it with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
You might as well bring it in with you.
Well, we're going to
She's
need a
about to.
hand to do that.
Also,
Well,
we haven't
there's-
discussed price yet.
There's 2, 4, 6, 7, and a fuckload on that guy. You could probably bring it yourself. Don't need us.
Wave my
We have
hand.
two of our companions. One's
2,
recently
4,
injured,
5,
and
and 6. Alright, fair enough.
trust me, it is a substantial crate.
There's a significant weight involved.
I'm still counting quite a few of you.
Also, we
I'm
haven't
still counting on
negotiated a
Bruce,
price yet.
Oh yeah, that's fine, but
Yeah, big fella, you can help out. I'm sure he's getting a cut anyway.
as long as he's getting a cut, we don't normally take cuts, but we like the idea of cuts. Go on, mate. And there's this kind of like big rutai, it's kind of like caramel coloured, just sort of like pods along behind like the smaller female, and they seem to be like happily chatting away and whatever. You know, they appear to be talking like rutai. Anyone speak rutai?
Nope, not this guy.
Trade in
Actually,
English.
Yep.
I'm a Gendal, would I speak?
Unless it says on your sheet you do not speak
Fair
rutai.
enough.
Alright, they seem to be happily like chatting away in rutai and like. And she's been a really good imitation of a rutai. She was not human, she's definitely a rutai.
Cucumber, did anyone check Helena's sheet for Rutai language?
I don't think she speaks rutai, I think she speaks.
Oh, she does.
Does she?
Trade route
Holy
English.
shit, she speaks rutai! Oh, I'd forgotten that. Helena begins chatting away. She doesn't quite have like the deep roar that the other female does, but they seem to be like laughing and joking and chatting away. And they go and get this thing. I mean, the Brutai picks up one end, Helena like lends a mechanical hand, and the other one, they just seem to be completely ignoring you. The three of them having this like really intense conversation, and occasionally they look over at Mac and laugh, and then like carry on. And they make it back to the tree. As they come back to your tree, there's two Ruto have actually taken their place on the door, so they don't just leaving it unguarded. And they take this big crate in between the three of them. And Helena moves a hand out to the woman, they shake, and she gives the mechanical hand out to the Ruto, tries to crush it and finds he can't. He's a little bit happy, he's like, "Grr, grr, grr," and then just like goes back outside with these like big ass claws, and they seem. Helena's like, well, managed to get us not to have to give them a cut, so you're really nice. Very pleasant, actually.
Cool, let's get in there before they take our goods and run away.
Doesn't seem like this Robin Red person's one of them. Just from what I chatted with them, they didn't seem to know who the fuck Robin Red was. Apparently,
Excellent. If he's competition, they'll be even more willing to help us crush him.
maybe. I mean, one step closer than we were. So,
Mm.
okay. Well, let's do it.
Let's do this.
I don't know, I'm meant to be maintaining a cover here. What the hell were you telling them to make them laugh at me?
Okay. It really doesn't matter.
Did you tell them that he's whipped by any chance?
No, nothing of the sort. And she kind of gets a little bit embarrassed and then meanders off.
With the retires feel equipped.
Alright, so you guys go there. You go down like a little winding staircase, and occasionally you see the odd human or the odd Rutai passing you by. And you make your way down to the bottom, and it is a huge open expanse. It's like a big hangar that's been carved into the ground. You obviously go past the roots of the trees and stuff, and eventually you come into the ground area that's all been dug out. And yeah, it's just full of things. There are boxes created. Things are clearly very carefully labelled, and there are people here, there, and everywhere. There are bunks here and there, and it just seems like a really big collective area where stuff is just stored and hidden. And there are a bunch of people in here hanging out and chatting around. The nearest Rutai comes by, and it stops in front of your group and just kind of scowls a little bit and says, "So, someone tells me you got a particularly big crate of something we want. So, where is it? Open it up."
This is it.
Open up.
Go on then.
Show the man the merchandise on it.
I'm not opening it up.
I open it up.
No, you open it up, and the creature can stomps by a bit further, heavily leans down and over to the box, and he puts his arms in and he pulls out these various bits of porn, and he looks over it and he's like, "Fair enough. All same qualities on top, or bit of mix?"
It's a mix.
It's a mix.
Appreciate your honesty. Some folks would have gone the other way, but I really appreciate that. Thank you.
I think so far we're developing a fair trading relationship. It only seems proper, to be honest.
Yeah, so I've never quite met your group. Who are you? New on the market, but I might as well get to know you.
I'm Cara, and this is my crew, and of course my lovely husband Keith.
Take a manipulate charisma check for me.
Charisma is 410.
10.
It's quite throw an arm around her and give her a really unconvincing marital kiss. The one with people who've been clearly married a bit too long to have any real passion. It's still those "I love you, darling." Arm comes back round, walks off to the other side of the group.
I love you, my darling. I'd love you to death.
In that case, I'll definitely make that work. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Cara. You are leader of this crew, I assume. Wonderful. Well, box this size, let's say not all of the highest value like this top one, this particularly weird one with black and white thing on it, whatever. Probably give you 1,800 for the lot.
I think more along the lines of 3,000. $15 in barter.
2.5.
Alright.
It kind of raises about an eyebrow. You can see definitely or that one up is raised a little bit. Alright, we'll see this is done too. Just hang about there a moment, and the creature kind of sloths off. You kind of, everyone seems to be giving him a big area of respect. They some even nod and wave at him, and he just what? Goes off around the corner, stuff disappears, and he comes back with basically a little pad and a code. Well, this will be a bunch of energy credits, equivalent of 2,500.
Brilliant.
So, Do you need to write this code down, or do you want to take the pad? You want to take the pad? Well, I've got to do something to it for a bit more secure, but might cost you a bit more.
Well, before we go here, we might have some more trading to do.
Alright, well, what kind of trade you got? I mean, this will sell for a pretty penny, we'll make a fortune off of this, so what else have you got?
We're hoping to trade for some information.
Information's not cheap. I'll let you know that.
Oh no, we're fully aware of that, and I think we can all agree that we're prepared to come to some sort of, shall we say, a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Right, so, what's the information you want?
We are looking for a very specific character. Goes by the name of Robin Red. He's a human.
How about you button it right there? Go on.
Ah.
He waves big ass claw and he pulls you into like sort of towards the back and around, and you can hear there's not a lot of people here, and he brings it around to the back and he pushes a very big crate out of the way as if it was nothing, and then within you can see that there's actually a table, a couple of chairs, you know, drinks on the side. Take a seat. So what do you know about this Robin Red?
Not a whole lot. But, you know, if you could perhaps fill in some of the blanks in our knowledge, I'm sure we could negotiate a fair price.
Robin Red's pretty well connected in your world.
Ah.
So
Well
it's going
connected
to cost
with
you
who?
quite a bit. It's going to cost us quite a bit if we ever got found out. So I can't exactly just give you the information.
Oh no,
But
of
knowing
course,
you're
but
definitely well recompensed and you're going to keep your mouth quiet, or we will have to come find you and make you quiet yourself.
oh, we can guarantee the utmost discretion.
How? How are you guaranteeing this?
Well, it would be just the two of us, and to sweeten the deal, I would let you in on a secret that our ship is very up to date. We have some very high tech on board, and if it would help as a favour, we could perhaps shift anything that needed shifting discreetly, and I do mean with the utmost discretion, of course. As a gesture of, shall we call it, good faith?
Manipulate charisma for me, because I assume Kara, like you, is twirling her hair.
14.
These things can be arranged. Certain information can be given to you. I can tell you that there is nothing I can directly tell you about Robin Red themselves, except that they're one of you. Probably a bit more like you and the lass there without a hand than she may be about you, maybe. And I find it difficult with you races that have that gender thing. I don't know, possibly more like you. But, still. I can tell you that separate to this Robin Red character, that there is a place where we usually deposit certain pieces of information, certain things. We are dropping off some ammo in the nearby facility. We're also dropping off, funny enough, a consignment of recently stolen Gendar porn.
Oh.
Whether these
What a
two
coincidence.
parties who have purchased these things happen to arrive at the same time and have a chat, I am not one to say. But there is indeed a meeting like this that's going to be happening fairly soon.
Perhaps we could deliver some of those goods to the drop site for you.
I think you'll find they're probably already on their way. The only thing we're waiting for was the return of the bigger artefact. And you notice that he's definitely beginning to tap his claws over his knuckles. Now, I think that we've just had an anonymous donation. Someone found our missing property.
Ah.
was handed back to us, but now you have questions over Robin. That's definitely going to cost you a bit more. So, if you're going to run some items for us, you're going to be running a lot of items for us for the next, say, oh no, let's say half a CHR year. How about that? And then I don't bring up the fact that we've had some lost property returned to us fairly recently, Miss Cara.
I think that can be arranged, certainly.
Expenses paid, nothing more.
Of course.
Got to be fair, and if you do us a good job, might be some actual paying jobs later. But it depends how good you are. You did manage to acquire some items and return it directly back into what you would consider the dinner steaks. So got a bit of respect for that. Nice job. Now, I've given you this information, and you'll find it's in a field probably 30 miles north of here, and he gives you a set of arbitrary places and he gives you a location. This meeting, well, the last of it's been dropped off now, so we're going to send out the information, let them know that it's ready. So probably anywhere between the next hour, 2 hours, it will be there. Whether they're going to be there, don't know. Don't know the parties exactly involved. Cough.
Well, no, and of course it's not as if you and I ever had this conversation anyway.
You are 100% right. And he pushes the box away and he gestures for you to leave.
Just a couple of like-minded people establishing some common ground for a future trade deal. Nothing more. No.
That's it. Nailed it on the head, being, get out of here because I've actually got some work to do. Go on.
And do you know how to contact us when you need things moved?
Don't worry. We know the name of your ship, Flying Pig. We know that it's crewed by 3 humans, Gindel, Nitu, can't forget your Macavand, and we know how we'll find you all for that. So, move if you want to catch that meeting.
Sort of give him a nod of respect and then head out back towards the ship.
Okay. As soon as you get back to the ship, Helena's like, I so thought you were going to get fucked.
Not in a good way.
No, not in the way that porn was showing either.
Well,
Oh no.
I'm not going to lie, he had me worried for a little while there, and
Well, yeah. What? Sorry.
he had me worried for a little while there, and we've got a half a year's worth of unpaid work to do, but
Yeah, good luck with that.
Helena and I owe each other a lot, and I'm prepared to stick my neck out for that.
Well,
I think we should get moving to this meeting.
I've got something I've been working on since you guys have been out and about and gone. I've got a tracker, and I've got a bug. I think I can get it on the ship as long as you guys cover me. I think I should be fine. I mean, if someone could come on and help me, I need someone to help me put on the tracker. Someone to help me put on the listening bug just inside, like within one of the panels. And I need someone to keep an eye out because if those people spot us, we're dead.
I'm probably the best person for sneaking around.
Okay. You're with me. What's your technical knowledge like?
Rubbish.
Oh no.
Mac, you're way better at shooting.
I agree with Helena. I think you'd make a better lookout. My technology.
Do you remember when, I lost this hand? I still trust you after that. This is why you're here. I have no more trust in anyone to protect my back than you, okay? So I need you out there doing that, not fucking around with things that you don't quite understand. Sorry.
If you take Omelette because he's the stealthiest, can you give him the necessary directions?
Can you follow directions? I know you're a bit chaotic.
Yeah, I can follow.
Okay.
I think
someone else to come with.
Do tech.
perfect.
Okay.
In that case, I can always run interference.
With an almighty 4.
Okay, that's I don't know what 4 quite means in a quantitative manner of fixing things, but sure. Okay, so you and you with me, you and you to protect us. Run interference if you have to. Okay.
Mac, I need you to play the primary lookout. We're on the ship. Mac.
You're so funny.
Yeah.
Such a prick, and she gives you like a proper wallop on the arm. Okay.
There's I think, I don't know if you agree, Helena, but I think for our peace of mind, whilst you're getting all that planted, we need to look at this lady known as Robin Red.
If we can.
Just a glimpse would do. Just to, shall we say, put our minds at rest about the level of involvement that a certain individual
I know where you're coming from.
may have.
But we need to run this like we would anything else. If we can see her, fine. But if not, then we just keep going. We can't jeopardise the mission for the off chance we get killed or shot.
Agreed. My plan is to take point on them and notify Mac when they're coming back in case you need to get out of there in a hurry.
Okay.
If I happen to catch a glimpse, then, you know, that's going to be our best set of circumstances, but I'm not putting anyone's life on the line for a glimpse of someone that we may or may not know.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, with a bit of good luck, the bug will tell us that if we don't get eyes on Robin.
Helena pulls out, like she goes into the plunging bay, she comes back with these 2 small devices and she gives one to Omelette and she gives one to Kano. So,
Okay.
I'm going to be telling you how to install these. If you need to run interference, I'll take over, but take a perception check.
Me?
Yes, I'm looking at you.
Okay.
What'd you get?
4.
Okay.
Again.
That's fine. She gives you both of these, and she says, "I'll take over if I have to."
Also, would I be able to put a silencer on my concealed pistol?
Not in the time you have, no.
Fair enough, I don't know if it just had a screw in top or anything.
You probably wouldn't have this on the ship. You probably wouldn't have time. We need to go. We need to get this. If the ship's there already, great. If not, well.
What's going to be the best way to warn you if you need to get out of there in a hurry?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, the last warning I had was down, and that was roughly all I remember. So,
Got you that.
Mac, you're in charge of signalling. Then
you've got most of me out.
Got the important bits out.
Yeah.
Don't start siding with him. His ego's huge enough as it is.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
I'm in charge, but don't feel like you have to take your cue from me. If you feel that our people are in danger, get them out of there.
I trust Mac. You'll shoot if you need to. Just don't shoot everyone. We need them alive, remember, if we can. Alright, let's go. You pilot the ship where it needs to be, you get close enough, you land down, you find that it's actually just a big open area. There is a tree line nearby. It's probably about a 5-minute run from the tree line. You would have excellent view from up one of the trees, if that's where you so wish to go. Or you could essentially lie down in the grass and you'd still see everything ahead of you. What you guys actually see when you land in this particular place, you manage to get your ship in down and very, very quiet. And ahead of you, you can see a large crate has literally been pushed out of the back of another ship and it flies off. It's the crate you had before. And you can see that there's a much smaller crate next to it, looking through your various scopes and whatnot. And how do you guys want to set up for this?
I'm going to sneak up close using natural camouflage.
Okay.
Or like my skin
Take a
changing
stealth
bits.
check. For you, it's going to be really easy. Or sneak check in this case.
Yeah, I get a 10.
Okay. What do you do?
I'll try and be stealthy and follow him.
Okay, take a stealth check. This is going to sneak check, so it'll be slightly harder for you because you don't have natural camouflage. It is in the middle of the night though. It's
8.
pretty friggin' dark.
He does.
Huh?
He does. It's just not as good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say you pretty much make it with your 8. It is pretty dark, and you can flush your scales. It takes a bit of time, but you can flush them to a slightly darker colour. And by the time you guys hear the approaching of two ships, almost at the same time, coming from different directions, you think you've got your scales flushed in the right colour. Can someone roll a stealth check for Helena, please? What's she get?
9.
She will use one of her my GM given legendary point. She's gonna roll.
11.
Excellent. She'll take the 11. She sneaks up. She kind of like pulls whatever clothing she's a bit higher over her hair, and sort of cover her face as much as she can. She's grabbed some dirt, covered it over her face, and covered her skin up as best she can. And taken pains to hide the glare from which could be coming off of the metal hand.
To be fair, I have the imagination it's so covered in grease and thing. It's not shiny.
It's probably not shiny, but she takes care to make sure it's definitely not. She can't avoid being caught. The small group that are going off are probably about 4 minutes run from where you two are. Where are you setting up? What are you doing?
I'm going to find the best possible vantage point I can, but
you would have a choice. Either you could climb a tree and use your natural senses and scopes, or you could use probably something on the ship. So it's entirely up to you. The advantage, I'll let you choose advantages, but you could use either.
I want to be out there with my people and use my natural senses.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to stay on the ship and leave them out there to face it on their own.
Okay, so where are you? There is a tree line just behind you. Your ship is mostly concealed in this area, and to be fair, from where it is, you probably could make it look a bit like a boulder. So where are you? I assume Mac is up a tree, taking the highest point you can.
I'm not going to assume that I'll be able to see from the tree. I'm going to go with the good old basic of hide behind a tree and look around it.
Okay. Yeah,
because I could climb a tree and have no sight line.
You have like you could easily set up a leaning post, so you have a proper mount for your gun. You could do that for sure. You can definitely get in the tree line. So are you joining him in the tree line? Are you going to climb up? Are you going to climb on the top of your ship? There's many options for you to get our advantage.
I'm going to join Mac in the tree line, but slightly further along, so I have a different vantage point from the one he does, but not so far that we're out of sight of one another.
You guys don't have short range communications, just to throw that. Your particular route doesn't, ours does, but yours doesn't. You have the earpiece, but Helena doesn't, so it's fine for you. So these two ships come flying in, bump, bump. They're quite a distance away, and you see from the left-hand ship, you see 3 human figures. You're pretty sure they're human figures. They could be Nitu, probably not, but you see 3 human figures, and they walk off to one side, kind of a bit away from where this cluster of stuff is, and you see that there is a ship landing next to them. The people coming out from the other ship are, I have to try and remember exactly which one this. You see 2 Irilisk climbing out. They are pretty big. One of them is a ginormous red queen guard, which you have met before. The other one is a smaller kind of blue, more artisan type role, and they seem to be like walking off. And you see these 5 meet a short distance from the ships. The 3 characters here are probably about a minute's run, or probably like a 5 minutes stealth up to whichever ship.
Me and Kerno next to each other. So if I point Kerno towards...
All 3 of us are together.
Okay. Are we out of, can we whisper to each other without being overheard?
Yeah, absolutely. They are not quite a distance off, but they are a distance off.
Okay, if I whispered then, so it's we're probably looking at the human ship, but just in case it's on the Irilisk one, I can sneak around to the human ship.
We've only got 1 track and we've only got 1 bug.
I thought we had 1 each.
You have 1. He has 1. We don't have 1 of it. I didn't have time to make 2.
Okay, so they both have to go on the correct ship.
Yeah, okay. I think we should put them on the human ship.
Yeah, that seems like the most logical one. Do you want me to sneak around there, or are you happy to come with?
I need to give you instructions to install it.
Well, you're going to have to come with then.
Yeah.
So
we've got Mac and Kara. They'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a sneak round.
All right. So we need 3 stealth rolls.
Okay. First of all, my one.
Yeah,
which is
nicely.
Good. It's a 10, and then Helena's. Crit.
Jesus.
14.
14 and a 10?
I got a 10.
Okay. It's a fairly easy check.
I've got camouflage
with
as well.
Yeah, with Helena's crit, you two aren't entirely sure where she's gone. I want you two to make a perception check.
Also, those two. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
You are desperately trying to keep an eye on those three. You can see, definitely see your crewman very, very easily.
Mhm.
Helena is a bit more difficult to make out. It's almost as if you suspect she's probably crawling on the floor, but you can't be 100%. You can see her occasionally. You can see the reeds move, but you know where she is. What'd you get?
8.
8. You can see the outline of the Gendel, but only the outline. You kind of like, there's like a, I don't know, it's probably not the best description, like a heat haze, almost like a heat haze, and that's what you're tracking. That's because you saw them go, you saw them begin to move, and then they blend into the taller grass.
Like a predator jellyfish.
Like a predator jellyfish. I was actually thinking like the things from HOTS. When they fucking go invisible. I'm like, you bastards.
That is basically the predator.
Yeah, these three make their way to the ship. I need Helena to make a... Oh gosh, I don't have my character sheet. I have some sort of craft mechanical, I believe.
Crafting, yeah.
Yep, she'll make a craft check. This is her giving you knowledge.
Okay, so she's got a 9 and a 5, so that's a 14.
Holy shit. I need you both to make intelligence checks, or take some sort of craft check.
Well, I crit, so whatever you want.
I crit also.
Alright, so it doesn't take you guys particularly long. Helena gives you not exactly a blow-by-blow guide, but it's almost like, and it goes in. And like Kerno has a very similar experience. Like Helena gives in like 1 or 2 lines, and you have enough to get this tracker on, and you just follow almost to the letter, just like, yeah, I've got this, and you guys finally have these things on, and it takes you probably less than 4 or 5 minutes. These are installed. Helena gives like a nod of approval. She hasn't had to touch anything, she hasn't had to do anything, and she begins to crawl away. Are you guys going with it?
Yeah, if we just basically back off into the woods and let them take off, and then rather than trying to go back to the ship.
So what are you two doing? Actually, fuck it. You two need to take perception checks.
And there was me hoping I could ride the crit.
Crit.
Oh, sorry.
Now the fucking crits.
Now the crits come.
15.
15. Fuck me. Alright. You two see that they have spent some time on the ship, and every moment that they're fucking around, you can see these people talking, and your hearts begin to beat a bit faster as you see these 5 creatures making their way back towards the ships. And you think there's some distance off, and then they get closer and closer, and then there's like fuck. They're a bit close, and you see Helena and the rest of the group just actually pull away and begin to blend into the shadows as they come back towards the group. And you see the Gendal. The Gendal. The humans turn and go upon their ship, and the Irilisk. Actually, fuck it. They all need perception rolls. Fuck them. He does fuck all. She does fuck all. You two got crit on stealth, right? Or was it to insert?
No.
Craft.
It was,
The
that was
craft, you haven't
insert.
done another set of stealth.
No, we haven't.
Take another set of stealth. The first two, well, one botched and one got a 1, so fuck that guy.
For me, that would be a 10. My stealth check, which has been
For
10.
me, that would be a botch.
Do you have a legendary point?
He does not, no.
Oh.
What did you get? You got a 10, roll for Helena.
8.
Fuck the humans.
If he falls over, I want to basically kind of try and lay myself over him and turn to the same colour as the dirt, so it kind of disguises the fact that there's this neutral lying flat on the floor.
That is so amazing.
I can basically try and make myself look like a log laying on top of him.
Grenade!
Okay, so the humans don't seem to notice anything at all, and they happily get on board their ship and they close it down and they begin the booting up process. The Irilisk, however, both of them, the motherfucking bastards, basically make their way to the ship, and then one of them freezes, the small artisan blue one, holds its hand up, and turns around. And it turns and looks, and you two can see that the blue is pointing in the rough direction, and the red pinpoints where Kerno is and then it moves its hand to where Helena is, and then moves its hand back to where the other one is, and they begin to run.
Towards
Bang.
them, or
Yes, they absolutely do. Bang. Which one are you shooting at?
The big one. Shoot the big one.
The big one. The big one. Okay, take a shot.
Fuck it. It'll be a legendary shot. Legendary shot in the dark, in fact.
Nice.
Fuck.
Please don't say you botched.
Yeah.
yes.
Legendary
This
botch.
this is going to be great.
Legendary
I will
botch
come
in the
back
dark.
to that in absolutely just a moment. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot away from them towards their ship in the hopes of creating a distraction.
Muzzle flash.
That's the plan. Which one is it? Small guns. Four.
That's why I saved my
Four.
legendary so reroll.
You take a shot and it just goes wild. It doesn't even really tend to go anywhere. You think you've shot at the ship, you don't hear a clang, you hear nothing, you just...
Is it enough to cause a distraction?
They are heading towards the three, and you guys are sort of in that rough direction. You're not like there and there around. It's like the whole group is angled in a cone that way. As these creatures come pounding forward, the three people here, they just freeze in place. And then just as Mac fires a shot, you see this almost in slow motion as Helena grabs hold of Omelette and grabs hold of Kerno and begins to get them back on their feet, and you take the shot and you just no, oh fuck, I fucked this up, and you fire it through her remaining hand, straight through the centre.
Fucking hell.
You do in fact hit the big guy, and roll some damage for me.
Nine. I've rolled the lowest possible damage.
Can you pass me my character sheet, please?
We should just tear it into pieces.
She hits the deck.
Oh my god! You're right! Holy shit! You fire this shot and you nail it through her right hand, and as it goes through, you hear this scream of pain, and Helena hits the deck. She's got these two back up on their feet. What are you two doing?
I'm going to grab Helena.
Okay. Use a strength check if you're trying to drag her.
Oh god.
Oh!
I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Hang on a minute. You're gonna watch. You basically attempt to pull her, but you are basically a weed. You are basically jelly, and you can't move her. These creatures are pounding and running at you. What are you doing?
I will pull out my.
You hear more shots being fired. I assume you do shooting.
I will try and get to like a position where I can leap on them. Like, so if they're running towards the group, I'm going to move slightly to one side. So that if they try,
They are definitely pounding at you. They know where you are. They're running at you. As far as they're concerned, one of their jobs has been done. So they are pounding at the both of you. The little blue one is heading towards the Gendal, and the big red one is heading towards the Nitu.
I'm going
They are running as
to
fast as they can.
prepare to latch myself to the face of the big one.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and pull Helena as well.
Alright, take a strength check.
11.
Not a botch.
Not a bot.
Yay.
11. total.
You see Helena go down, and so far as you're concerned, you're grabbing her by the leg and you're running, and you grabbed her by the ankle and you begin to like shunt and run with her. You get the pace going, but it's taking a while to get that. It's like pulling a truck. Once you get the initial roll going, you're probably going to be okay, but you grab her by the ankle and you begin to bolt it forward. Okay, so you're just going to hang around and hope for the best, or are you running off with your friend?
I've got my toxic barb, so I'm preparing to leap onto its face and
what are you two doing?
poison
You
it when it's close enough.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to have you in stunned silence for a minute. What are you doing, Cara?
I'm just shooting randomly, hoping that because I'm not sure that my pistol has got enough range to hit them, that I can at least create.
It will be in range.
Okay, so I'm kind of hoping to create at least a distraction if I can't actually manage to get a shot on them.
Okay. Take a roll. So I'm going to say you're going for distraction, you're aiming to hit.
Yep. 6. No, 7, sorry.
Alright, so ping, and this shot fires off, and It goes wide, and the small blue one begins to veer off course just a little bit, heading towards the sound of your gun, and and then it kind of remembers that. Hang on a minute, running towards gunfire is stupid, and it begins to veer around behind where it thought it saw the Gendar. You can take an attack if you want.
Okay, is this on the little blue one?
Yes, on the blue one.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Is there an advantage because he's slightly distracted?
Yes, that's why I'm allowing to have this shot now
Aha.
and not later. So you get to have another shot when it's his go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really shit. 5.
You lunge forward and you completely miss. It's not like hey, it dodged out. It wasn't like a cool whoa moment. You was like, bah! And land in the ground like, that didn't work. I hope nobody saw me, but everyone did. Helena, who's now laying on the ground.
So basically, as the blue one's veered off, he's gone for it there, and then it's veered back, and he's just kept going.
He's kept going.
Oh no.
Okay, whose goes it? You. What are you doing?
Other than being horrified by your epic failure.
That was funny. As soon as you said that, I'm like, I know exactly what's happening here.
I'm going to shoot the big one. That's what I was doing all along. Nobody saw it. No one knew. Oh, now you come along. Prick. 16.
16. Wow. Yep, you nail it square. You square it basically in the centre mass.
It's a stupid place to shoot an air list, but there are no good places.
There are no good places on this air list.
You roll that against Helena.
Should be fucking toasted.
I would have taken a hand off.
Yeah. 15.
You've basically ruined her hand, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Again.
Alright, so you see it almost like it's running forward, and it's not like a movie, boom, and it suddenly falls backwards. That's not how fucking physics work. But it takes it square in the chest, and you see it slow down and like collapse to the ground a bit and begins to like claw along. And you begin to see it's beginning to get back on its feet, but you can definitely see from your vantage that there is definitely viscous fluids pouring from its chest. Okay, right, back around to you.
Okay, seeing that this big red one's gone down, I'm going to like leap on this blue one, and basically I'm going to attempt to kind of like, I guess I'm going to go for a grapple and then just start trying to poison it with my barb.
I'm gonna yell at him that we need to try and take one alive.
Okay, I will see if I can pay attention to that while I'm trying to grapple something. But
currently you're attempting to stab it with your barb.
Yes.
7.
A 7? I'm going to say yes, because I think it's kind of funny that you're trying to stab something with a barb. Alright, so yeah, you basically jump up on its back. You can like, jump on its back like, face hug up on the back of its head.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit it with your barb,
yeah.
Which you've done. Roll me whatever the damage is on it.
DH plus 2, and it's toxic. So 10 damage,
Whew.
and whatever toxic does.
Whew. Basically, as soon as you you get on, it's like, ha! There's something squishy. Get it! And you stab it square in one of his eyes, and you just hear this kind of, and it hits the deck.
Haha! Victory!
You fucking nailed it, man.
And now I'm going to run to the ship. Has the other ship continued taking off?
Yeah, the other ship is gone. It's basically
okay. That's already gone. Then cool.
Yeah. I need you to take a physical endurance save.
Actually, if the other one's gone, I'm going to check this one to see if it's got any communications gear on it.
When you jumped on it, you didn't feel that there was any real communication on it.
Yeah.
It was just it.
But I mean,
and it had some stuff.
After like stabbing it, rather than run towards the ship, realizing I thought the other one was still here, but I didn't realize.
Oh no,
taken
basically it's going.
Okay, so as it's
going.
In that case, if it's gone and the other guy has been shot, I'm going to check to make sure this guy hasn't got any communications gear on him.
As I said, no.
Okay, cool. Is the other? I'm going to go and try and finish off the big dude as well.
Okay, you are currently on the ground with the other dude. What are you doing?
Continuing to pull Helena towards the ship.
Take a strength check. This is slightly easier.
11 again.
Yeah, slightly easier. You've managed to break into most of a run. You're like half jogging, half, and you occasionally have to switch hands, like pull her a bit closer, and you hear dunk, 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 and occasionally you think, oh, I've hit a rock. I need you to roll a d6.
2.
Maybe the ankle wasn't such a good idea.
Okay. Yep. You hear more thunks as you're pretty sure you've hit rocks. Yeah. You keep running. You are almost at the ship. What are you two doing?
I'm going to run forward and try and help him to get Helena on board the ship
Take
before
a
he does
strength
any
check.
more damage. 6.
Okay, I'm going to say you probably are managing it because you got 11 twice. You had a bit of a roll. So yeah, you've managed to run. You've run out to meet him. You've grabbed hold of the other leg and you get a good pull. I need you to roll a d6.
5.
Okay, you definitely hear more clunks and more crack.
Sugar.
You hear an almighty crack.
Oh.
Okay. You guys have managed to get her into the ship and we'll deal with that in a minute. What are you doing?
I'm going to shoot a big one.
Okay, go for it.
Please don't be shit.
Dice go.
Hooray! 17.
Yeah, you nail it.
11.
Okay, as hang on, let me double check where's my number. As this creature gets back to its feet, and as soon as it takes like 2 steps, you just hear, and you guys just see like this Irilus just like take it full in the face, and you see like the back of its carapace just explode out the back, and the creature just continues running forward on automation, then hits the deck and curls up and dies.
You hear from the tree like, yeah, bitch went down!
Cool.
And a rifle being fired in the air in celebration.
Now,
What are you doing now?
now that the fight's over, I'd like to use my concealed pistol to basically make a shot through its head where I stabbed it with the barb, so it looks like it was killed with a gunshot and not with a melee weapon.
Okay.
And my,
You pull out your
Yeah, I
concealed
just do
pistol.
it. I assume-
you put the pistol against its
I
eye
assume
and you
as it's
blow it
dead,
out.
I can do that without rolling.
You pull your pistol
So,
out and you
I'm
shoot
going to
it.
attempt to, now that we've got a bit of time, move these guys back towards their ship, so it looks like this meeting just went south and the people in that ship killed them rather
Take
than
2
us.
strength checks for me.
I get a 9 for the first one,
Okay. You barely struggle. Which one are you doing it on?
the light one to start with. I'm hoping someone will come and give me a hand before I deal with the heavy
You
one.
get it moving, but you can't really move it. You feel your strength sapping really quickly. You can move it a bit, but nowhere near enough to make it close.
Okay.
And you want to do the big one too?
I'm actually going to go and get someone who has a strength of higher than 1 to assist me.
Okay, it's taking you an inordinate amount of long time before you like, okay, fine, I'm actually getting too knackered.
Is the crate gone?
The crate is gone.
Yeah.
They've taken their stuff.
That's good, yeah.
The Irilus stuff is dropped outside the ship. They didn't quite make it onto the ship. Okay, Mac, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna, being that I've been looking that way intently the whole time, I'm gonna see what he's doing and just be like, yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
I finally sling your thing and I stroll out the woods, utterly unconcerned.
Okay, excellent. Alright, you guys meander on. You guys, between you, it will take you an enormous amount of time, but you can do it. It's doable between the two of you.
And I bury the gore from the big one's head being blown out. So no one's just like, the corpse is over here, but there's gore over there.
Yep, okay.
Because I'm clever that way.
Okay, I'm going to say it's going to take you guys definitely a long time to do this.
That's fine.
Alright.
I don't think it was coming. So
Whilst
it
they're
doesn't matter.
doing that, is there anything that I can salvage from the site
What's a
that could
giant
be
box?
useful to us?
Fucking shit.
Not really. There's there's a couple of boxes of ammo
Right.
which would have been dropped outside the Irilisks ship, so you can probably retrieve that.
Yep.
So you drop Helena in the doorway and you piss off to go salvage.
I'm gonna order Kerno to sort of look after her
Okay.
carefully before I go salvaging. On, pain of having his other hand blown off.
It's all right going round.
I'm gonna check for life signs.
Take a medic check.
Six.
You can't find a pulse.
There.
Is that a call for help, or is
Let's
that just
just
you
say
panicking?
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I assume I hear panic.
Yes,
no,
I'm
doesn't
good.
you hear panic?
Yeah.
That was a
Very
very
loud.
okay. That was a bit of a pathetic panic attack.
It's shock and panic.
Right,
At
okay.
the same time.
I'm going to go charging back and attempt to find a pulse.
Perhaps
In the
we could
hopes
send
that
our
because-
medic back.
In the hopes that
Alright,
Colonel
so
is being
you
useless.
two are currently dragging the small blue one, and then you hear from the door. You think, that's not normal. You are basically maybe 4 or 5 steps away when
12.
you hear this. And you rush back at 12. What are you two doing? Are you running back? Or are you just going to continue moving the
I've
goalposts?
heard panic.
I'll probably. As you're a medic, I assume you will at some point go, actually, yeah, I can actually medic people. Go medic.
I can medic people.
Yeah.
I can medic people. Would you
Whereas-
say you get 12?
Yeah.
You feel the faintest and slowest heartbeat only here.
Right, okay. That's when I start yelling. And
What are you yelling? Just yell it. Go on.
Mac, get your ass back here now!
It's even written on the sheet.
What is?
Medic! Okay.
Medic!
Genuinely, on the sheet, it actually has an exclamation mark. It's excellent.
Yes, but it doesn't feel threatening enough just to yell medic. Hence, get your ass back here now!
What happened to Keith?
Although my friend
I say under my breath as I don't look back. What happened to Keith? Oh, she treated him so much nicer.
I have good hearing. I heard that, and I was the pretense is gone. Save her, or I will hurt you. And I sort of slap him around the back of the head for being an obnoxious tit.
You don't need to be told. Alright.
Before you lays Helena, you have basically blown apart her right hand. There is no way you are saving that.
Oh yeah.
And you're pretty also well aware that the blood that should be shooting from her hand no longer is.
Shit.
This is what you see.
Yes.
This is your basic, I have a slight degree of medic. I do okay things with like essential oils. This is what you get. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna like... Well, fuck it, yeah. There's gonna have to be a tourniquet above the wrist. Because it doesn't matter in the case of life and limb, because you've already lost the fucking limb. Let's save the life.
Yeah.
So yeah, a tourniquet at like mid-forearm. That's
Right.
probably meant to be above the elbow,
I
but
think
I'm
it's
not
above the elbow.
actually medically trained.
Yeah, but if you make a
Yeah.
roll, you'll find out if you are.
Yeah. So, don't be shit. Okay. 12.
12. Yeah, you know that you should really do it above the elbow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, you grab something to create a tourniquet, be it a belt or some
Yeah.
like nearby.
Well, I assume being that I'm wearing like combats, I probably have a combat belt.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
Like-
what tourniquets generally are in combat situations.
Yeah, you tourniquet above the wrist. When you take the pulse, it's probably below 30, and you know essentially you need to get that all going again. She needs blood. She needs it quickly.
She needs blood. She needs it quickly. I don't know. Do I know her blood type? Is that a conversation we ever had?
Take a knowledge check for me. Technically, this is going to be a history, so yeah, take a knowledge check. How well do you know your friend?
Does she have like a card and
9.
I've known her for a very long time, so can I assist with that?
You can try. It's going to be more difficult for you than it would be for Mac.
9.
You two debate letters. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it O? Is it A? Is it B? Is it A B? Fuck, who knows? You
Yeah.
have no real
Oh.
knowledge.
Does she have a card in her wallet?
You can check her gear if you like.
Do we know the blood types of the crew?
You'd know your own blood types.
As ex-guns, we would have had it sewn on a patch on the back,
Yep.
on our shoulder of our uniform.
But you don't wear that shit anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
You
but
know
we-
your own blood
Yeah,
types.
we know our own. We'd know like our immediate squad members maybe
Right.
if we really, really sat down and thought about it.
Yep, so
But I did,
question
failed.
is, what is your blood types?
My blood type, B positive.
What's your blood type?
I can't
I'm
remember.
going to make one up because I can't remember mine, so O negative.
Oh, positive.
Yours would not suit
Yeah,
hers.
you're an
You
E2.
couldn't
Yours
be
is like
plus.
E2.
You're gonna go
Yes.
for O plus.
Yeah.
Sure?
Go neg. Go neg.
She has the same blood type as me, so go for it. What do you reckon? Positive or negative, man?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
You've cultivated friendships with people with the same blood type as you. You're like Mr. Burns.
I'm going to stick with O positive because if I remember correctly, that's universal donor.
Yep.
And that would mean that even if she's not the same blood type as me, she can take a transfusion from me
Correct.
without any negative
But
consequences.
you do need to be the same positive or negative if you're O pos. So it's your choice.
I'm going with positive.
It's up to you. You now have the blood type of that, and it's now on your head.
I'm going with Gendal blood.
Do you have blood or do you have jelly?
It would still be
some sort of fluid?
plasmatic fluid.
So what do you want to do? This is your call. Helena,
You seem to be under the impression that you're the same blood type as her, yes?
I'm going on gut instinct.
You could just try some adrenaline and get a heartbeat back up again.
Try sandalwood. That gets your blood pressure up.
There's no point getting her blood pressure back up until the wounds.
dying because you fucking shot her. You're talking about sandalwood.
Oh,
Please take a legendary point for that.
Fine.
Stupidest thing.
You guys told me earlier that sandalwood was no good because it would raise someone's blood pressure. Now we need to raise someone's blood pressure.
If only had some willow bark.
not until the
That
wounds.
reduces it.
Not until the wound's been completely sealed. Otherwise, you're just going to make things worse. At the end of the day, she.
Tourniquet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Either way, she needs the blood or she's going to die. Yes.
Yeah, do it. Right. I'll attempt to open up the ship's medkit. I assume.
Yeah, there'll be a medkit on board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some like incredibly primitive Victorian,
There's,
like
yeah,
you know.
you can find a couple of like
Yeah.
needles,
Yeah.
sterile
Yeah.
needles, and you
Buzzsaws.
can find a couple of you can find like some tubing, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
I was gonna say like one of those
I
really primitive like
need you to
Victorian
make
transfusion syringes or
A
something.
medic check for me.
Okay.
Don't fuck this.
Yeah, but legendary point.
Yeah, but do I use it before or
No,
after?
use it afterwards because
Okay.
you get a botch. You're knackered either way.
You've
Or
botched
that.
me really fucked.
Let's re-roll that.
That's it, you're out of legendary points.
Ooh.
Oh, no, you're not.
That was a lucky reroll.
Yes. 15.
Nice. Okay. You managed to hook up the blood, and you managed to get it fairly stable. Let's see.
Right, let's rush it to a medical facility before she
You
has
take 2 points
injections
of damage.
everywhere.
You have her stabilised to a degree. You know that you need to get that sorted out very much sooner rather than later.
Let's aid the fucking set.
I want to go and have a look in the Irilisk ship and see if they've got any medical stuff on their ship.
It's entirely up to you guys. I mean, you two are currently like hooked up in making sure the blood things. You're making sure that she doesn't have a bad reaction, which is something that's very, very possible.
Well, I'm going to go
it's
take a
up
look
to you
because
to
I'm
engage.
doing nothing here. So I'm going to go and investigate the Irilisk ship and see if they have a Medimac or something.
Are you going with?
Oh yes.
Alright. make your way
Someone
to the
salvage
ship.
the ammo.
Yeah, you hear this as you run off. Salvage the ammo! Alright, I need you both to take perception checks for me.
8.
4.
You both arrive. You can't see any ammo. You go aboard the ship, and you can't even make sense of what you're seeing. It's mostly just like dark resin. There's no real lights on it. You're not entirely sure how to turn them on. You see a couple of like flashing lights, but they don't seem to be anywhere near some sort of anything you recognise as any medical.
Is anything moving?
You see nothing.
Congratulations, you've stumbled into a dark HR at Geiger exhibit. It's like, oh god, what's the wall?
Fuck. Oh fuck.
On acid.
Yeah, you guys find nothing of use.
I miss not having
You
multiple
can't even
legendary
find the
points.
ammo in the dark. Alright,
When they come back without the ammo, I'm just gonna get really, really annoyed because I am so pent up, and because of this, I'm just get your useless asses out there and find the damn ammo. Do something useful.
I'm going to go get a torch.
You go grab a torch and you go back and search the ammo, but you still just can't find the ammo.
Okay, so it wasn't where it was earlier.
It's exactly where it was earlier. You just can't find it. I'm not going to have you re-roll it 4 times for a perception check for finding ammo. You can't find it.
Okay, I'm going to
just
go.
cannot find it in the dark.
I didn't really care about the ammo anyway. I was going to go back onto the Irilisk ship and have a poke around with
It's the
some
same
light.
thing. I'm not going to have you roll it 3 or 4 times just to find the same thing in a
Okay.
different way. That's just crazy. Between you just cannot find the ammo. You can search high or hell water. You cannot find it.
I
You
only,
cannot even find
the
it.
only thing I cared about was a Medimac.
Yeah, well, you can't find a Medimag yet. Point in case there's no Medimag on the ship.
One day
you'll
there
find
will
anyway,
be one. It will be a grand
alright,
day.
so what do you guys want to do? They've returned back, they can't find any ammo, they can't find any additional medical supplies. You believe you've got her stable enough.
Fine, do something
Before
useful.
they come back, being that she just snapped, I'm going to make some horrible lowbrow crack about possibly having to perform my husbandly duties because she's a bit bent up.
So what do you want to do?
While Helena's unconscious and out of commission and can't hit me. While Kara's
Secretly, you feel like a ghostly high five.
while Kara's wired up and all plumbed in and can't get up and smack me either. Sitting on the other side.
After about 15 minutes, you figure that's probably as much as you can safely remove from her. And then you tie everything off and reset.
While they're doing that, I'll get Colonel to give me a hand dragging the rest of the bodies back so they're back in their ship again.
Okay,
or near the ship.
between you have just you basically have you can man through it, and you guys return back to the ship.
Now that I'm unstrapped and he's let his guard down, I am going to reach out and I am going to grab Mac by the testicles and just sort of faintly squeeze it.
Take a grapple check. You can take a grapple check too. You're opposing, or are you letting her grab you by the balls?
12.
I'm not a dude, but I kind of assume you don't want your balls grappled hard in a vice.
I wouldn't. Mac?
Make this decision. Was Mac okay with someone going for his balls?
Would his instinctive reaction be to not try and run away?
Yeah.
Because I know most men would inherently be like, whoa!
Well, we don't know what Mac's into.
Let's
roll.
Mostly men, from what we can tell. So.
Oh, please watch this.
Let's say high for kink, low for normal.
Jeez.
Botched for losing a testicle.
What'd you get?
9. It's on the higher end. He's kind of into it.
Jeez.
I got a 12.
You grab him by the nuts.
I'm just going to sort of squeeze and start twisting like I'm about to rip them off.
Oh, he's not enjoying that too much. The squeezing was fine. The twisting, that's just out of order.
You talk to me like that again, I will rip these off and use them to decorate the bulkhead of my ship. Got it?
Ugly.
Good. And now that that's all sorted and you've learned to show your captain the proper respect, let's go and look for a medical centre.
Agreed.
Captain. Sounds good.
He really picked the wrong day to make a husbandly crack.
Okay, so where are you guys now within the ship? How are you? What are you doing?
Actually, we're preparing to leave now because
Yep.
we want to get to the medical centre, so we'll be in the bridge.
Jump in the nav.
You be on nav.
Head up to the bridge to pilot.
I'll be on comms as well, I always go.
What are you up to?
Well, apparently I'm nursing my aching balls. I'm going to like lumber into the mess and see if there's anything cold.
Jeez.
It's like a lettuce.
The mess is downstairs, and yeah, you find something cold. It's like a slab of something. You're not entirely sure what, but it does the job.
Oh, it's
I
like
find a
Kerno's.
slab of meat.
You find a slab of meat.
Oh, one of Kerno's lunches.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
That's disgusting.
Just put it back when you're finished with it, like a couple of hairs on it or something.
At least we're not going to find sort of
Alright.
2 little dents and some hairs in the top of the ice cream the next time we go for it.
You guys take off, head towards where. In fact, whoever's piloting. No. How do you find a medical centre?
Well, we want to get out this sector first of all because we're not supposed to be here to start with.
I would rely on my navigator's knowledge to find us the nearest medical location and then assess from there whether or not it's going to be safe
Go for
to...
it. Take a roll.
Alright, boy up.
You got
You
botched,
botched.
didn't you?
Yes.
Right, there are no medical centres. What is medicine?
So far as you're concerned, the nearest medical centre is probably in Coos. That's the only one you know for sure.
We might need to go to Coos then.
Oh shit, man! I've forgotten which Sally Centre it is. Which one would cause you the most grief?
Would any of the rest of us know enough to think, hang on, that's not right? That'd be a basic
so
intelligence
make
check.
a knowledge check.
8.
10.
12.
10 and 12, you are definitely aware that there would be medical centres nearby. Definitely would be one back at the planet, back in the city.
There's a city the size of an entire continent. You're seriously telling me there are no hospitals?
There would be a medical centre there.
Okay, so
We
they're
probably want to
more
be
than one.
off this
If
planet,
not,
though.
then you would assume that it is at Sally 1.
So we want to find one off this planet, really, because as soon as they find that they're dead people, they're going to be like DEFCON 1.
Yeah, particularly if they've worked out that this is the ship with the NATO on it.
So the I mean the cruise one is probably 6 hours away. The other one is probably about an hour
Why
away.
don't we just go to the planet that we lamed up to the first time, assuming it was where we were going? The worst we can do is ask.
Doesn't
The
sound
NATO
like
one.
the worst idea in the world.
Alright.
We could
So-
say we have a wounded NATO on board. They'd probably be more happy to help us then.
Ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to get off this planet, head to Ear.
Yes.
Alright, navigations and piloting, please. Need you to take a medic check. I assume you're checking on her.
7.
14.
Yeah, you both make it to, between you get to Ear. That's fine.
16.
16. She begins to spike a bit of a fever, but it's nothing you don't think you can control at this moment. Yeah, so you guys make it to Ear without so much of a problem because you already have the coordinates from before. And you make your way to Ear now. What do you guys do? Are you going to call down?
I'm going to call ahead and tell we've got a medical emergency on board.
Take a charisma check for me. How much urgency and pain can you put in your voice?
Roughly, approximately, if we put a numerical value about it, I'd say roughly like an 11. I've dialed it all the way to 11 with this. I'm gonna also spawn. We've got an injured Nitu and injured human on board and require immediate medical assistance.
We have an emergency case of a human injured protecting a Nitu from Iranisk.
Do you lay it on that thick?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I do.
Of course you do. That would tip you over the edge of getting emergency boarding, and these two ships come out to escort you in, and they take you down straight to the medical centre, and you land basically just outside. And there are a couple of Nitu that are ready and waiting to take her.
Cool.
Yeah, they come, they grab hold of Helena and they basically rush her into the hospital and out of your grasp. And that is where we're going to leave it this evening.
Awesome.
Currently, Helena is in potentially enemy hands. Good job, guys.
The fact that they rush later and it kind of started ow.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Ow.
he irritated the Nitu with a blown hand. Is
Well, Helena's unconscious and has a dude suitably tending her knees and probably with some sort of IV. Whereas the Nita's like, hello. Be okay.
When you get a moment.
My hand hurts.
Yes, so yeah, a bunch of Nitu come out and they grab hold of the somewhat unconscious Helena and they grab hold of Kerno, and you two are rushed off to the middle of this facility. The three of you are left standing outside. Okay, cool.
She likes robot hands, right?
She has to now.
Yeah, she loves them.
It would be really handy if she did.
Yeah, if you think Kara threatening to twist your balls off is bad, it's going to be nothing compared to what Helena's going to do to you.
I can't wait till Ennis
another
meets the next.
robotic
Like,
hand.
high
She
five
got
up.
in the way.
High five. She'll probably take a hand off.
That's of course if
Kiss
she
this
actually
motherfucker.
survives.
Optimism is the key here.
By the point that you guys finally landed into, she had a fever that she basically can control, and things weren't looking too great for her. But we shall find out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So if you kill our favourite character in an offshoot game, that would be really bad.
Wasn't me, man. This
That is
dude,
true.
you took her down to 0, and you two took her down to -8.
Wow.
No, you say -7. You basically got her to inches of death. And she didn't exactly get a lot of medical attention really, really, really quickly and really, really good. So you decided to fly to Ear.
Also looting. Don't forget the looting.
Also, you spent time looting. No, to be fair, that was done whilst stabilisation
the
was
No,
happening.
it was done first, and then we got called back from the looting.
To be fair, you guys did the stabilisation thing first, which is good, and that's when you did your looting crap. But yeah, you basically flew to another planet to get medical attention. So she's really not looking particularly good. Very shallow breaths, very little lack of blood. Okay, let's just hope the Nizu hospital has blood.
To be fair, the way you two were clumsily botching all over the place,
Oh,
I think I just wanted you
sorry.
out of the way whilst I was tubed
Yeah.
up with needles in my arm.
It's probably a smart move. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that
Alright,
is why I sent you out of the ship.
Apologies for running the game a bit late, but I kind of wanted us to get to either the point where the ship's landed and you got the thing on, and you guys just ploughed through that like there was no tomorrow. So I thought, well, fuck it, we'll get you to this point, and well, now we get you to a point that I've got to try and fight our way out of. Okay, well, let's start on the left. Oh, fuck this shit, stuff. Right.
Right,
Where
okay.
do we start?
Where do we find you online? What did you enjoy? What could we do?
Okay, I'm Corone, and I think enjoyed the going shopping and throwing the maid's outfit over the top. No, not maid's outfit. The suit.
You had suit.
Maid's outfit on the head. Yeah, throwing the suit over the what's his name, Irilist.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the fallout there, except for the fact that I lost my gun, and yeah,
That's my part of my plan
and some
to
fingers.
make you all loose.
Really.
Use your weapons.
It's really, but hey, things might be on the up for next time, so we'll see what happens. You can find me online at jqs.org.uk, and you can also follow me on Twitch at Corone_BTP.
Whoop whoop. Next.
I'm Stormy. I think my favourite bit has got to be Volley's ingenuity in keeping us alive despite some of the terrible rolls.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not particularly worried about you three dying. I kind of don't want Helena to die because
Yeah.
some plot pivots on this shit happening. I mean, she dies, and I'll find a way around it. And I don't particularly want Mac to die in a one shot, but it would be really funny.
Don't worry, I didn't take a single point of damage. Because I
But
hid.
someone didn't.
Because I hid.
Yeah.
I hid with a rifle.
You literally bled for your friend, that was awesome. Where can we find you online anywhere?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Stormnymph. I
Yes.
think.
Wonderful guest who's coming back next week, yes?
Yes.
Cool, well we can
Awesome.
finish the conclusion to
Yeah.
this.
So now I've said that,
you have to
suddenly-
be here.
no, not that. I'm
It's a
just
verbal
suddenly realising
contract.
it's been so long since I've actually used Twitter. I'm just hoping I've given the right name.
Yes, you
Sounds
have.
right,
You
yeah.
have.
I think that's right.
Yeah, so the wonderful Stormy will be back next week to continue this one shot, which is actually a two shot. The name of the game is Max One Shot with Redundancy, as I found out earlier today. We were going to be missing another group. Great. Too late now. So yeah, been back for wonderful guest appearance next week. So, back around you.
I am Tech Puppet. You can find me at tech_BTP and at bloodthirstpuppets.co.uk and at gbstudios.co.uk. And yeah, today was an interesting exercise of killing off NPCs. And yeah, the wondrous glory of not being able to roll a sodding dice and get anything above like a 1 or a 2.
Now I realise how
Unless it was a
powerfully
botch.
broken your two synergy is for re-rolling fuck ups.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. I mean, you just get. I think at one point we had. There was one point where all three of us rolled a botch together, another point where all three of us rolled a crit together,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, that all three of us rolling a crit together was then followed by
The botch.
the
Botching.
botches.
The botches
So
are
it's like,
horrendous.
it's like, what's that in that shadow over there? Oh look, it looks like a load of people I should investigate. Oh, you bugger.
Alright, finally moving on. Can you nail it this time?
Yes. I'm just astounded at the scale of fuck ups. But also at when my wonderful metal dice decide to be kind. Because it's almost entirely when I'm stopping a friend from dying with medical checks, which was surprising to say the least. I'm still. I have failed completely in the whole time I've been playing Mac to hit on a 10 and get my crit from my perk. I've rolled a 9, I've rolled a 12. Nothing, not that 10 I got this fucking thing for. I was astounded that I kept getting crits to find creepy dudes.
I think it's something you have about finding people. Like, I want to find this person, crit. I want to find this hidden person, crit. It's just your thing.
Yeah, apparently.
It's your dude sensor.
It is my dude sensor, yeah. Although it does apparently sometimes work for chicks. So, dude and chick sensor. I don't know. Wait. Maybe it's an asshole sensor. Things that have assholes can be found by me. I don't know.
Do genders have assholes?
Yes.
Yeah, they'd have a waste.
Anything that eats
has to
excretes.
have an asshole.
I like that.
Wonderful.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at thirsty_BTP. You can find my wonderful and terrifying thoughts on bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk and all the pretty little pictures of me as well. I think that's about it.
I think it's probably it for you.
Yeah. I don't do anything else.
Woo, no, you don't do anything. I can do so much. This part of the show takes probably the longest. I'm Blood. You can find me on Twitter at AA_Unola. You can find my Bloods blog on bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk, where you can also find some of our system. You will find most of it. And also the website. The website's being updated each week, and we have some maps. Yay! Which is really awesome. Which is really cool. We've got we have a show which is coming up next Saturday evening / Sunday morning if you live in the UK, where we're doing World of Chaos DOS, which is really awesome. We are doing puppet gameplays on the 15th of July, because
it's the second. It's going to be the third Saturday next month.
Yeah.
So tune in for that.
Which is going to be also going to play more retro games, and it's going to be rad as hell. You can find me on a Sunday evening on Encounter Roleplay Twitch, where we're doing rounds table talk, and it's really going to be fun. On Monday, a new episode of Adventurous Anonymous drops. Tuesday, you'll find me on Skaghead's channel, and that I think is probably it for this week. Oh, tomorrow. If you live in the Brighton area, there is a place called the Dice Saloon, and it's also International Free RPG Day, where lots of RPG stuff gets given out for free, and we're going to go to the Dice Saloon and we're going to show off Spiced, which is going to be really fun and really awesome. I'm going, Tech's going, and Kerno is going. Corone. Sorry, it literally says on screen Kerno. I'm so spread of you guys already. The three of us are going, so if you're there, just come and say hello and chat and whatnot, and I think that's probably it. All the music today, which I have definitely remembered to play, with a slightly expanded library this week. Thank you for that. Comes from Kevin MacLeod in Copyset.com. That's where the music comes from. You hear that all the time. The Betrayed video was showed again, but probably won't be shown next week, so then I can return to a normal timer without having to want to kill myself from listening to the same damn trailer like 4 weeks in a row, twice a week. Yeah,
so I hope you enjoyed it, because you won't see it again.
Yeah, you're not going to see it again, let's be honest. Until we get more Betrayed stuff, we're showing that again. I think that's probably it. So, time at the bar. Drink up, bitches. Bye.
See ya.